Something is deeply wrong. You can feel it. So what has happened to us? And what should we do about it? Join the Finding Gnosis Show. It's an open panel for people trying to figure out what's really going on in this strange existence and what we should be doing while we're here. Join us as we all find Gnosis together. Gnosis is knowledge. We need to find out what's going on. We need to find out what we should be doing. Chat soon on the Finding Gnosis Show.
Disclaimer. This show is for discussion and entertainment purposes only. The Finding Gnosis Show is a platform for open discussion, exploration, and opinion sharing. The views expressed by hosts, guests, and participants are personal opinions and do not constitute professional, medical, legal, or financial advice. All topics discussed are only intended to spark curiosity, entertain, and encourage independent thought. If any subject interests you, we strongly advise conducting your own thorough research using reliable and professional sources. Critical thinking and due diligence is key. Stay curious, stay informed, be well, be lucky, and don't be an arsehole.
Allow yourself to settle comfortably wherever you are right now. Take a slow, deep breath in, and as you exhale, let your body soften. Another breath, deeper this time. Releasing anything you don't need to carry into this moment. One more. And gently allow your eyes to close. You are safe here. This space is created just for you. Notice your breathing just as it is. With every out-breath, a wave of relaxation lures through you. Head, face, jaw, shoulders, arms, chest, belly, hips, legs, all the way down to your feet. Each breath takes you deeper, calmer, more open. Your conscious mind can relax and observe. Your subconscious mind is already awake and ready to communicate with you in its own language. Through symbols, images, feelings, and signs. In your mind's eye, see a beautiful spiral staircase of warm stone leading downward. With every step you take, you go 10 times deeper into relaxation and into your own inner world. 10, stepping down, deeper. 9, even more relaxed. 8, letting go of the outside world. 7, sinking softly. 6, deeper still. 5, wonderfully quiet inside. 4, completely safe. 3, drifting deeper. 2, almost there. 1, you have arrived. Before you stands an ancient wooden archway covered in soft, glowing moss. You step through and enter the sacred grove, your own private sanctuary of wisdom. Tall, wise trees surround a soft, mossy clearing. Gentle golden light filters through the leaves. The air feels warm, still, and deeply peaceful This is the place where your subconscious speaks most clearly. Stand or sit in the center of the clearing. Speak silently to your inner wisdom. Show me what is truly going on in my life right now that I need to understand. Take all the time you need. Just watch and receive whatever symbol, image, scene, color, animal, or feeling arises. There is no wrong way. Whatever comes is perfect for you. When you're ready, continue. Thank you now. Show me what is truly important for me at this time. Thank you now. Show me what is no longer important, what I can release. Thank you now. Show me where I am right now and what I should be focusing on or doing. Thank you now. Give me one clear, powerful symbol or message that sums up what really matters most for me right now. Allow all the symbols you receive to stay with you in the clearing. Notice how they connect or what they reveal together. Your subconscious is organizing this wisdom perfectly for you. Any insights that want to be shared will feel gentle and natural. You are safe to express them or simply keep them within. It is now time to return, bringing everything helpful with you. I will count from 1 to 5. With each number you become more awake, more present, and more open. 1. Feeling your body again. 2. Taking a deeper, clearer breath. 3. Energy and lightness returning. 4. Remembering what is useful from this journey. 5. Eyes open when you're ready. Fully back in the live stream, feeling clear, grounded, and beautifully open. You are now fully present, yet wonderfully connected to the deep wisdom you just received. If anything from this journey feels alive in you and wants to be expressed, you may notice a gentle pull to click the link pinned in the live chat. You are completely safe here. You only speak when you feel truly compelled. There is no pressure, only invitation. Share as much or as little as feels right for you, or simply listen and receive from others. The space is open. The panel is ready for you. Welcome back, and welcome to
Take a slow, deep breath in and let it go again. Breathe in and slowly release. One more time. Breathe in deeply and let everything go as you exhale what is. Let your body settle even more. Let your shoulders drop a little further. Let your jaw soften completely. Let your hands rest wherever they are. Let your feet be fully supported by whatever is beneath them. There is nothing you need to do right now, except be here. What is? From this quiet place, gently turn your attention inward and ask a very simple question. What is?
Just that.
What is? Don't try to answer it with your thinking mind. Simply hold the question and see what rises on its own.
What is?
What comes into your awareness right now? It might be a thought.
It might be a feeling.
It might be an image, a memory,
A question.
or a quiet knowing. It might be a sensation in your body, a tightness somewhere, or a softness.
It might be the sound of your own breath, or sounds from the room around you.
It might be nothing at all.
Just spacious silence.
Whatever it is,
Notice it.
don't push it away.
Don't try to change it.
Just watch it arrive.
What is?
Now ask yourself very gently, why did this particular thing come forward right now?
What is it trying to show me?
And then ask the deeper question,
How might this be valuable to all of us?
how might this help us understand what is actually going on in this existence we are all sharing?
What is?
There is no pressure for it to be profound.
It can be simple.
It can be strange.
It can be personal.
It can be cosmic.
It can be a question you've been carrying.
Or something you feel the collective needs to hear. Whatever has arisen,
Let it be exactly what wants to be known through you in this moment.
breathe with it.
What is?
Let yourself stay here a little longer.
Notice if anything else is moving through you now.
What else is present?
What else wants to be seen?
What is? When something clear has formed,
Or even if it is still soft and unclear.
when you feel the impulse to bring it into the circle, you are warmly invited to click the link pinned in the chat, or the link in the video description below.
Come and join us live.
Tell us what came to you when you asked, what is?
And tell us why you feel it matters for you.
And for all of us, your insight,
Your question.
your feeling,
Your vision.
it all belongs here.
There is no wrong thing to bring.
Only what is true for you in this moment. If you are too shy to come on,
Ask yourself why.
what are you afraid of?
What is holding you back?
Maybe it is holding us all back in our ability to get together.
Maybe we need to talk about it.
You can also simply type whatever you want in the live chat.
Remember,
Words matter,
they affect our thoughts
and our thoughts affect what we do.
and how we feel.
Be careful what you say.
Be careful what you type.
Your words have power here,
They help shape the space we are creating together.
so speak from this quiet place.
Or type from this quiet place.
Whatever feels true for you right now.
We are here to receive it with open hearts.
There is no judgment,
Only presence.
only listening.
Only connection.
Take one more breath. And when you are ready, open your eyes if they are closed,
Click the link.
and come share what has been brought to the fore of your awareness.
We are waiting for you.
With open arms, open minds.
And open hearts.
What is? What is ready to emerge through you right now?
What is it that wants to be known?
Not just by you, but by all of us.
What is?
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Finding Gnosis. We are trying to find out what is going on and what we should be doing in this often strange existence that we are all apparently sharing. We're reaching for gnosis or knowledge that will help us all individually and, dare I say it, collectively lead a better path forward, march into the future with hope in our hearts, doing the right thing and trying our best to make sense of what the best thing it is that we need to do. Sorry, I just got a message. Okay, that's fine. Chuck, thank you very much, brother. I appreciate your support. Chuck says, in all earnestness, he appreciates this show. Well, we appreciate you too, brother. And I thank you very much for your help. Oh, my goodness me. I'm such an amateur. Thank you, Chuck, for letting me know that. He says he doesn't see the link. How awful. Do you know what? That's the first time I've done that. I have really ballsed it up. But hey-ho, we all make mistakes. Link is there now for anybody that wants to join. Guys, today is, well, we tried to make this a little bit more formal last week. It's called Fact, Speculation, or Question. It's just a way of structuring the show, guys, and trying to make it more sensible, if possible. So, again, it is a live open panel. Yes, you can come on here. And you can say whatever it is you want to say. But before making a statement, just tell us whether what you're about to say is a fact, a speculation, or a question. And you must also explain, guys, why what you're going to say or what you say matters. So, yes, the goal is to basically trying to wipe away some of the confusion so that we can see more clearly how our thoughts work for or against us, what is known, what is a guess, what is a feeling, and what remains genuinely unknown. And perhaps if we recognize what remains genuinely unknown, we can be more empathetic and forgiving to others. And it's all in service, as I said, of trying to find gnosis, guys, trying to find out what is going on, what we should be doing individually and collectively going into the future. So, yes, guys, when you come on, please let us know whether what you're about to say is a fact, whether it's speculation or a question. A fact, that means you should have some evidence for it, a source for it somewhere, some kind of study, some kind of experiment that has proven what you've about to say. Also, you know, if it's a speculation, we allow that here. It's good to use your imagination. But, you know, it might be a hunch, a speculation. So let us know whether it's cold or warm. You know, you might have anecdotal experience, or you might have seen a pattern in your observations of others. So you might say it's slightly warm. That's okay. Or it might be something completely out there. You had some kind of vision in a dream. That's just speculation. Also, you might have a question. That's also part of trying to find gnosis. Questioning. Asking questions. Earnestly. In good faith. Questions you don't have the answer for, but you feel others might have the answers for, and it might help you if you ask them. It might help you and others going forward, because it might be a question that you feel is important to ask or to find the answer of. So, yes, guys, that's it. Do try and play along. As I said, it's a little bit more formal. Chickpea, welcome to tonight's show, Fact, Speculation, or Question. Chickpea, what are you about to say? Is it fact, is it speculation, or a question? Go ahead.
It's fact. Got something weird I discovered today about out-of-body experiences. And you know me and my weird take on life. I'm very unhappy here and I want to leave. I don't feel happy. And apparently people and science doctors have actually proved this. People who've had out-of-body experiences tend to have a feeling of homesickness. That's what I have. It's like I'm homesick for something. It's on AI.
AI told you that?
Yes, Grumps.
Well, would you like to maybe at least try and Google it to find the article where they got it from, or ask them where did they get the information? Bring the information up and read a little bit more, because that's really interesting. Try and find the source material, Chickpea, so that we can dive a little deeper into that. So what you're saying is people who have near-death experiences often feel homesick.
Out-of-body experiences. Out-of-body. I don't know
out-of-body experiences. Sorry, out-of-body experiences often feel this strange homesickness for something outside of this world. Well, so they feel like they don't belong here, that they belong somewhere else. Is that what you're saying to me, Chickpea?
Well, I I'm always moaning about being trapped inside a meat bag, and I'm very unhappy in the physical world. It's as if, it's because when you're outside the meat bag, you're free. That's it. When you're outside the meat bag, you're free. When you're inside your meat bag, you are ensnared inside the meat bag, and you can only go so far as your meat bag will allow you to go. When you're out of the meat bag, you're free to just fly off, and you could fly off all over the place on the planet, because you would be able to. I mean, I wish I had never gone back into my body after when I had the OBE. If I had one now, I wouldn't go back. But of course, I was only 7 years old, so I went back in. It's just sorry.
I mean, did you get sucked back into your body, Chickpea? I mean, did you have a choice?
No, I went back in. I saw my body being wheeled out of the room when the surgery finished, and I just sort of followed it for a couple of seconds down the corridor, and then I went back in. I can remember it as though it was yesterday.
That which there's a lot of Christian songs talk about longing to leave the body to be in heaven.
Yes, I think, that's what it is. It's weird. And I was taught to AI. I love AI, actually, to talk to. And she was just telling me, that's basically...
Try and find some of the source material for that. You said that there's been a study done. I mean, obviously, that's based on what people say. It's still not actually provable to be that there is something else.
This is... Oh, tell you what, to have a little chat to AI while I'm here.
No, it's fine. I mean, it's a fact that they say it, but we could say it's a fact that a lot of people say it, but it's still kind of speculation as to whether there is somewhere else, or is it just a feeling that's been conjured up in their brain because of neurology?
No, it's because you've left the meat bag. Don't forget, these meat bags are not very nice, okay? They feel pain, they feel nervousness, they feel stress, they feel all these horrible things. Whereas when you leave the meat bag, all you feel is your soul, your identity, and your sight. There's nothing else there. So you don't have all that crap to carry around with you. So,
Chickpea, do you wholeheartedly and fundamentally think that you're off another world? You don't belong here. Is that what you're saying?
I'm from another world, and I know so. You know what, Grumps, and I hate to have to say this to you, like, people like to say they're omnivores and carnivores. Well, that may be so, but I know for a fact I am a herbivore, so maybe I don't come from this world. Yes, I'd say that. Yes.
Chickpea, thank you so much for sharing that with us. I do hope you find... Could you do me a favor? Could you try and look up kind of things that people have said about that experience and about having those feelings? Can you find any material where people have been interviewed?
I'm just saying, right.
Yeah. I'll leave that with you. I'm going to bring
out to you.
Oh, you've got it. Okay, go ahead.
Well, it says
go ahead.
Homesickness happens because the human brain. Oh no, sorry. No, this is another thing she's come up with. Don't worry, I haven't.
Well, Chickpea, I'll leave that with you. You can do the research right now live on the Finding Gnosis Show. But I'm going to bring Gracie Guru on. Gracie Guru, you're on the Finding Gnosis Show. We're trying to be a bit more formal tonight, this evening, this afternoon, this morning, wherever people are listening. fact, speculation, or question, Gracie? What are you going to lead with tonight?
I believe it to be a fact, but I think if you didn't mind, DNW, I'd put a disclaimer down before I speak about it.
Go ahead.
And obviously, that disclaimer is that the things I'm about to say now in no way discredit anything you guys have been speaking about, and that throughout my entire mission is never to go against veganism, because I do believe in its ethical journey and its ethical morals. I do believe there are many misguided vegans at the moment that are led by their pain, rightfully so. To be truthful, I'm not saying it's an evil thing. I'm just saying it's an unfortunate thing. And when I talk about what I'm about to talk about, it comes from a different angle. So it doesn't, like I said, doesn't negate what you guys are talking about or anything like that. I'm not your enemy. But what I'm going to say is I'm going to come from a factual place of the soulful position of saying that I believe it's a fact that when humanity finally unites to save the soul of the human child, there'll be no more need for veganism or humanitarianism, for wars and things, or what Danny's going through, that kind of nihilism. There'll be no need for that, because I think there'll be a greater care for a brighter future. But until that happens, a form of tribalism is always going to stand between us, because it's always one side versus another. It does never seem to go anywhere.
Okay, so you're basically saying we are going to be tormented with confrontation, disharmony, and how long is this going to go on for, Gracie?
For as long as we want to keep fueling tribalism. What I'm saying is tribalism is the thing that's getting in our way. That's the fact I'm trying to say. And it's led by this idea, especially in the vegan case, that we see so much pain in the horrors of the story on top that we forget that the true horror is happening to the children that become the horror show. And then we mistake the horror show for the cause and forget that these children, and it's been proven by many, even though, I'm not really one for, arguments from authority, to be honest with you, but there are so many that have said they're witnesses and testimonies to say that the child...
Gracie.
Yeah, go on, sorry.
One second. So yes, it's a fact that humans fight with each other. It's a fact that there isn't peace. It's a fact that there's a lot of discontent and toxic competition and lack of collaboration. That's a fact, Guru. Okay, you don't have to be a rocket scientist to appreciate that. But Guru, what is interesting is, although I think you should have led with this, you think it's possible that we will eventually reach some kind of utopia. You feel that's a fact. I personally, I think that's a speculation. And I find that the most amazing thing out of what you've said, that humans can bring themselves to utopia by themselves.
Guru,
I find that to be the most astounding thing, Guru, out of everything you said, because the whole, humans are fighting. Yes, we know that. No shit, Sherlock. But the most amazing thing you've said, without knowing it perhaps, is that you think we can get to utopia.
Never happened, Guru. Never.
I don't really know what utopia is.
Years.
A place where humans are at peace and not fighting. I mean, I would call that utopia.
Oh, I don't call that utopia. I call that hell. Or heaven, sorry. No, heaven.
Heaven. Okay.
I don't want to go to heaven. Heaven's just another trick. I like harmony. So I don't mind people fighting. There's no need for suffering and cruelty.
All right. So when you say you call it heaven, Guru, do you think there's going to be heaven on earth? Now, hold on a second. Think about that. I just want to thank Chuck for the donation. I appreciate that, brother. It really does help keep us ticking along here. Chuck says his God leads him daily in his life. Love and help others, no matter how small they seem. Amen to that. Isn't that lovely? Isn't that lovely that Chuck feels that drive to help others and to love others, no matter how small they seem? Isn't it beautiful that this man is driven to do that?
It's the no matter how small they seem at the end, that part's a little bit corrupt, but the rest is beautiful.
Well, look, I know what he's saying.
I don't.
He's saying the kinds of people he may have ignored in the past before he came to this beautiful way of living.
What if I said true love doesn't allow you to say that last bit?
He would have viewed
sorry,
as insignificant or not worthy of attention, but he doesn't feel like that anymore. He thinks everybody is worthy of it.
Well, no, even what I'm saying is, no matter how small they may seem, nothing seems small to me.
Well, that's another deeply philosophical point, Guru. But let's go back to this question I had for you. Do you think it's possible there will be heaven on earth due to humans collaborating with each other without any outside intervention? Do you think humans can do it for themselves? Is that what you're saying?
Oh, no, because if someone wanted heaven on earth, I'd stop it.
You'd stop it?
I don't want heaven on earth.
You seem to be at cross purposes with what you came on here to say, because earlier on you said that humans are fighting with each other, and we need to get beyond that. So I would say moving beyond fighting with each other is peace, which is either utopia or heaven. Yeah, well, as you described.
What I would say is heaven is a form of peace where you sell your sovereignty for this peace. So it's still a hierarchical place. And yes, there's no fighting or anything because you do as you're told. That's heaven. Because everything is structured and controlled and you have no real say. So they have to quash your curiosity and just put you in a state of lull childhood. Yeah, that's heaven. And then you have a state of hell, which is just chaos and, Mad Max fighting, that kind of thing, no real order, anything, constantly living every day in fear sort of thing. I prefer Eden, where we live to our curiosities, we play together, we build together. We have fights, we make mistakes, but
crazy.
There's no extreme level to it.
We were ignorant.
Pardon?
Do you want to go back to a state of ignorance?
Cool. I mean, what do you mean by back to a state of ignorance? There's been many states of ignorance.
The point is, I don't believe in going backwards, Guru, because if you're saying we should go back,
I don't believe you can go backwards.
Hold on a second. If you're saying we should go back to the Garden of Eden,
I just said I don't believe you can go backwards.
One moment, Guru. One moment. You said you'd like to go to the Garden of Eden. You'd like us to.
Yeah, that's not backwards. That's now.
Well, let me explain why I think it is a regressive step, Guru. If you could please allow me to speak on my own show, Guru.
Yeah, no, honestly, I don't mind. But if you're saying something that's not my position, wouldn't you want me to let you know you're saying incorrectly or not, or do you want to just keep going a false position?
Garden of Eden.
Yeah, which is the now, the state of now.
Yes, I know that. But I think that's a regressive step. I want to
be present
before I do, I want to thank Chuck again for another very generous donation. I really appreciate that, mate. He says he was 40 before he turned his life over to the care and will of God. It is amazing. Guys, that's testimony from somebody who clearly has had a wonderful 180 turnaround. And what can you say? The proof is in the pudding. People who feel like Chuck, who believe like Chuck do, often feel this exhilarating happiness, and it is amazing. It is amazing. Thanks for sharing that, Chuck. Sorry, Guru, I'm going to just mute you for a sec because I fear that you're not going to let me talk. 1 second. Now, I will unmute you, Grazy. Don't worry. You're not getting kicked off the show. Grazy, you said you'd like us to be in the Garden of Eden. Now, we were previously in the Garden of Eden, if you believe the Abrahamic version of events.
Which I don't know.
Okay. Now, when we were in the Garden of Eden, we were ignorant.
Were you?
So we didn't know right from wrong. We may have been curious. But Guru, if we go back to that state of being, that ignorance, are we not in danger of repeating the same mistakes and starting the process all over again and eventually getting to this terrible situation where we're fighting again? Guru, I would say to you, it's better not to go back to the way things were. Rather, it's better to move forwards, Guru. Move forwards, try and build back better rather than looking with nostalgia back at the way things were. Because, Guru, clearly they weren't correct. If they were, we'd still be there.
The Endeavour, can I ask you a question?
You just did.
Do you believe that's what I think Eden and everything is? Or are you applying someone else's version of it on me and claiming that's what I'm saying?
I'm basically talking about the general view of what Eden is.
Yeah, but I know
that's not
something I submit to, is it?
And metaphorically.
I mean, I ask a question. From all the time you've known me, have I ever explained myself that I don't submit to that version? I see a Gnostic version, which is something completely different.
Go ahead, explain to us what you mean then. Thank you.
Well, no, I was asking the question. I was, as far as you know, which one of those versions do I submit to? Because it seems like you...
Do you know what? I'm going to backtrack here, and I'm going to concede that from a Gnostic perspective, then, you're going to say we were in... No. Even the Gnostic perspective of the Garden of Eden was that we were in a state of ignorance. And then the serpent spoke to us and enlightened us. Okay, and they see that as a good thing. They see that as a good thing, the Gnostics. By the way, I'm not a religious Gnostic. Gnosis here just means knowledge. Guru actually is a Gnostic.
Helio's Gnosticism says that the way the Gnostics could explain to those who were not Gnostic is say, what Eden is to us is what you would see as ignorance. Now, does that make sense to you?
Say that again, please, Guru.
The Gnostics would state, or Helio's Gnosticism does at least, that when a Gnostic explains to you, someone who does not see Eden, what Eden is, they would say what you see Eden is a state of ignorance. To us, it is not.
What is it to you then, Guru?
A state of pure curiosity. Nothing more. Nothing added. Just that state. Like a state of meditation. You know what? You can have a state of meditation where you just apply nothing and you just watch in your mind. And you can. You're not letting me finish.
Again.
If I don't land this now, it's a bit rude. Man. Let me just finish up, make it quick, and then you can have a state of concentration, which we're in now, communicating and stuff. Yeah, but then you can have this state, like Christ would say, become as children again, of just curious play, curious wonder, where you just absorb gnosis. You don't apply anything really to it, and when you do, you don't take it serious. It's just like a cooking pot where you're just trying to stir things and play with things. But that state of just pure curiosity is what we call Christ consciousness. And from there, you can actually love and achieve these things, because from there, you add nothing to it.
Okay, Guru. Thank you for that, brother. We'll come back to that in a bit. I want to say thanks to Chuck again for his generosity. He says, knowledge isn't any good unless you gain wisdom from it. So you have to be able to utilize it in a way that's sensible and beneficial. Thank you for that, Chuck. I want to go to Emily now. Emily, you're live on the Finding Gnosis Show. It's great to have you here. Are you going to lead with fact, speculation, or a question? Go ahead.
It could be thought of as speculation, but I'd say it's fact. And I wrote you something in the private chat, so do let me know if it's a no-go. The topic kind of ties into something that went on the other channel. I was still listening, even though I was doing something else.
Finding Gnosis Show. Say what you will.
Yep. So yeah, I was listening while I was doing something else, and I do want to address that real quick. So I've never been RAPED in my life. When I referred before to being attacked previously in a similar manner to what Imperius is doing, I was referring to verbal attacks like what Imperius is doing. And lots of women have experienced that online. It's a go-to for a certain type of bullying. So yeah, I've made a commitment that if somebody does something to someone else or to me like that, I'm going to face it head on. And what I wanted to say is something about sex. And the difference between sex, and I think this is a fact, sex and like things that cross over into being abusive. So sex involves bonding for many of us out here with someone. And that's why it's offensive when someone brings up body parts and acts with someone that you're not bonded to and have nothing to do with. And they're weaponizing it. It takes something that should be joyful and a good part of your life and tries to turn it into something dark and ugly. And I think that's what porn does when it objectifies people. Only it's not. When people look at porn, they're not always thinking harmfully. This is different when it's weaponized online like this as a form of bullying. That's like really harmful. And you can see from what he said at the end of the show that he hopes something like that happens to me, that his
My God.
intentions are harmful.
To be honest with you, Emily, I didn't hear that today. I'm really sorry that
It was the
happened.
very end. Yeah, but I want to say something else that's interesting too. I harbor no hatred for him even now, in terms of I know something's very wrong there. I do wish he'd stop. I hope he stops. I hope he, becomes whatever he needs to do to become the kind of man he should be. But yeah, that I do think I'm not anti-sex. A lot of people like that also. They want to make you just so uncomfortable and make you have to, deal with something like this. Sex should be, there's all kinds of appropriate sexual humor. And I've really been wanting to say this because I'm not a person that, balks at anybody ever doing anything sexual or dancing or wearing things or talking about sex. But there's a right way to do it that's respectful and doesn't involve deliberately harming others.
Yeah, I mean, look, I can't condone that. I can only condemn if he did say that to you today. As I said, I wasn't listening. I did leave the show. It was obviously after I said my goodbye there.
Oh yeah, it was after everybody was the last one.
Yeah,
He wanted to leave me with that. So I'm
it's an
leaving us with this.
It's an atrocious thing to say to anybody, man, woman, or child, Emily. And I'm sorry that happened. Emily, you are somebody who is very thoughtful and considerate and cares deeply about, some of the most vulnerable beings on this planet, if not the most vulnerable, children. And we can only thank you for your service. But for somebody to say that to you, clearly there is something wrong there in their head. So
why don't we ban him?
He's not on this channel, Vegan Equilibrium. It was someone else's channel. Just 1 second, guys. I want to say thank you to Chuck again for his generosity and support. I really appreciate that. He says, this is for those that enjoy the show, but given the circumstances of today, this is for them. Thank you so much, Chuck. That is very, very nice of you indeed. And it really is a wonderful help. Thank you. Vegan Equilibrium, brother, you are on the Finding Gnosis show. You're muted, brother. I can't unmute you. We're doing a fact, speculation, or question today, and we're asking people to lead with either and tell us why such matters. Is there something you'd like to say? Go ahead. You're muted, by the way. You'll have to unmute yourself. Nice hat, by the way.
Thanks. Facts. What is it? Facts what? I'm sorry, what did you say? Facts, fiction, or speculation?
No, fact, speculation, or question.
Well, I don't know. I'd say, okay, I guess I'd say you can't love animals and eat them too, or pay for them to be killed and eat so you can eat them. Throw that out there.
Thank you, Vegan. I personally would agree with that. Now, why? You also have to say why it matters. Sorry, it's quite formal tonight.
Well, because if you disagree, you'll have to come up with it. You have to name the morally substantial difference that would not lead to a logical contradiction within your moral framework.
Can I say something?
And I think that most people here probably don't realize it as of yet, but their moral framework probably would lead to the vegan conclusion, but they have too much cognitive dissonance because they're scared of changing their habits.
Can I say something, please, Grumps?
Go ahead quickly.
This is coming from a man who thinks it's okay to eat meat so long as it comes from the dumpster or the food bank. So you can eat meat, folks, so long as
he didn't say the food bank. He didn't say the food bank.
Yes.
Well, I know. To be fair for chickpea, I actually don't think it's a big deal if you get it from a food bank, but I'm paying for it.
He did say
paying for it.
Just like he said, second-hand fur is okay too, and he did. So anyway,
well, I didn't say second-hand fur is okay.
Free.
I did not say second-hand fur is okay. I do think that second-hand. I do think. All right, shut up for a second and let me clarify my point. I don't think that secondhand fur is okay, only because, first of all, if we could, as a vegan and as an animal rights activist, I don't think anyone like me should be, wearing that stuff or flaunting it or whatever. In terms of the ethical issues, I don't think that there's a rights violation in wearing a secondhand garment. I don't think that it's good to wear fur, especially in particular, even if it is secondhand, because the fur industry is on its last leg. People can differentiate real fur from fake fur pretty easily. Fur has a certain connotation in society. Things like leather, most people don't even think about whether it's fake or real or not. Obviously at all the protests I go to, there's always a person that walks by and says, "Oh, you're wearing leather shoes," and obviously we're not. But that just proves my point about leather. The same thing with like faux meat. I could be eating an Impossible Burger from Burger King, and no one would know that it's not real meat. But with fur, there is a certain that's symbolic. We have to. This is an industry that's almost crushed, and we really should. We really should.
Second-hand fur, you did.
I said I don't think there's a rights violation per se, but I think that it's definitely the wrong message.
On and on and on and on. As I was saying, everybody,
now.
This man said to me himself, it's okay to eat meat so long as it's from the food bank or from the dumpster. Okay. He also thinks he gives me a hard time because I feed.
So where's the rights violation occurring? Where's the rights violation occurring? Okay, where's the rights violation occurring?
It's secondhand fur. Well, speaking as a vegan, I would never wear secondhand fur or secondhand leather.
That's fine. Neither would I. So where's the rights violation occurring?
It's not to do with rights.
That's what veganism is all about. It's all about animal rights. It's about animal rights.
You're the one that said to me, secondhand fur's okay, came out of your own little mouth.
Actually, I never said that to you once. I never said that once.
This in a while.
Yes, you did.
We'll continue this in a
No,
while.
I just made my point about fur.
You said to Crazy Guru.
OE's next, guys.
I don't think it's okay to buy.
This isn't the part of the show where we have an absolute free-for-all. OE, you're on the Finding Gnosis Show. What would you like to say? Fact, speculation, or question, and why it matters?
Yeah, well, it's a fact as far as I'm concerned that what was said on Jack's show at the end of the show is unacceptable. And it's unacceptable in two ways. It's unacceptable for that person to say those things about my sister. It's also unacceptable for Jack to be platforming that type of content knowingly and willingly. And I did the only thing that I can do at this point to effectively stand up for her by unsubscribing to Jack's channel. I won't be watching that content. Jack's welcome to come to my channel. I'll talk to the brother when he's here or whatever. If I bump into him on the street, whatever it might be, but I'm not going to go to his channel and give him views or any of my money because that is disgusting. And he knows this behavior is likely to happen because it happens almost every time that person's on his show. I've talked to Jack about this privately.
Yeah. Would you like to tell us what happened? Because Emily was the victim of it. You observed it, and I know you felt aggrieved and terrible for Emily. But what happened, OE? It's good to get another perspective.
Yeah, he came on because he was having a crash out because Emily has rejected his unwanted advances, and she's done it firmly and actually stood up to him like all women should do to pieces of shit like that. And so in retribution for that, or revenge, I should say, not retribution, but out of revenge, he came on at the end of the show and said he's glad that Emily was SA'd and he hopes it happens to her again.
Holy shit, guys.
Which was a lie. I've never been
heard
raped. Sorry for using that word, raped. I've never have been. I said attacked, meaning verbal attack. I've experienced that online before. So he's trying to get that rumor going and then say that he hopes it happens to me again on top of it. But here's the thing. I was upset the other day with what's going on there and everything, but I came back because I know that the host has no intentions. He didn't know he was going to say that. He has this mentality about trying to smooth over the chaotic and help them. So I do get that that's what's going on in Jack's mind. And he has never said anything quite that severe, but I know full well that that's kind of where this was headed. This is like a constant aggressive abuse of me, knowing I'm there, seeing it. And he's also abusing the entire audience in other ways as well as the host, and disrupting everything. But I do think that there's no ill intent on the mind of the host, and I do want to throw that out
No,
there.
no, that's the problem. And I respect where you're coming from, and I actually had given Jack the grace by trying to assume the best. But my observation has been such that in just the month that I've gotten to know and been exposed to that person, it was the first day that I saw him when he was going into his vitriol, his horrible, racist, bigoted, sexist rhetoric. And I said, this guy's a piece of shit. I will never have anything to do with this person. I'm on that panel, if he shows up, I just leave. I won't even be on a scene next to him. And Jack has known this guy for years. And it's no longer, Jack does not have an excuse to say, well, I don't know what Imp's going to say. That's bullshit. I'm sorry, Emily, but that's absolute bullshit. Jack knows exactly what he's going to say because he says it every fucking time he's on that show.
I know. I want to tell you,
and I understand that Jack wants to help him. I understand that Jack wants to help him, but there's other ways to help him besides platforming him. Platforming somebody like that is not helping them. It's actually encouraging that behavior because he's getting exactly what he wants. The attention, the reaction from people. And that's why he continues to do it, despite the fact that he's been corrected numbers of times, and not just by Jack, but by other people. But Jack continues to when you platform somebody, that is encouraging that behavior. If Jack could help him, he could do it offline. He could do it behind the scenes. They have communication amongst themselves without Jack bringing him onto his show to do that. And it's not just Jack's show he does that on. I was on RLM's show about 4 or 5 days ago, and we were talking about immigration, and Imp came in just absolutely spitting racist, bigoted stuff like he normally does. And Joe Cool was on the show, and Joe Cool was kind of pushing his buttons a little bit, just talking over him, saying, "Listen, you don't have anything you're offering. You're just being racist or whatever." And Imp started calling Joe a spear chucker, darky, everything he could do racist besides saying the hard N-word. And as soon as Joe Cool says, "Listen, I know you want to call me an N-word," and as soon as he said that, Imperius went, "You fucking N-word, you fucking piece of shit, N-word, 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 N-word," and just blew up, ended up getting himself kicked off of that stream. He came to Jack's channel and cried about it. "I can't believe I got kicked off of RLM's show. I said one bad word, and they said it to me first," and tried to make it seem like he was so innocent. You go back and watch that show on RLM. It was fucking disgusting. It was just as disgusting as what he did to you today. And I'm not like a virtue signaler. Like, I like words, you know what I mean? Like, I support free speech to an extent, but you don't have to platform that. You know, that's unacceptable in my opinion.
I've always seen the apologies always seem disingenuous as well. And it's like, you know, if someone says something once or twice, but again and again and again and again and multiple times in one show, it is a problem. I would say going forwards, Jack should probably see, the thing is, guys, Jack has that kind of Christian outlook of forgiveness, okay, and not burning bridges. No one is irredeemable, you know. But I suppose the way going forwards, he might be able to speak to him in private, off air, and forge a relationship in that manner until he shows positive change and until he senses that it won't be repeated. He doesn't have to completely let go and ostracize him. He can talk to him privately if that's his mission. If that's what Jack wants to do. If he wants to change people, heal people. Some might say there isn't any change or healing for somebody like that.
Well, this is the thing, you know, there could be, but yeah, I do want to tell Objective Ethics, I've appreciated you from the get-go. You never have minced words about supporting me. And I, you know, being the person that doesn't, a lot of times the person that's part of what people that are bullying someone do. They want them to feel like they're making trouble if they try to stop it. And I do kind of, you know, when I saw him calling RLM a bunch of names in the chat and on the panel, I stood up even for that person. I've never seen that person in my life, but he was calling her a WHORE and somebody else, something else. And so I privately approached Jack about that, and he was very gracious. And he did come on the show the next day saying he was going to try to, you know, have people be accountable for their behavior. And so, you know, I think it's conflict avoidance with trying to make things be what they should be. And it's very difficult to manage for him. And I can understand that. But yeah, if it were my platform, like I wouldn't have him on a show with me, but I'm going into someone else's space. So I do feel uncomfortable with anything other than just stating my piece about obviously how I see it. But yeah, I don't want people to get, you know, down on the host about somebody else's behavior.
Yeah. Thank you, Emily. And thank you, OE. We'll just welcome Crystal now. Crystal, you're on the Finding Gnosis Show. What are you leading with today? Is it fact, speculation, or a question? And whatever you say, please tell us why it matters.
Well, I wanted to say something to Emily, but I see what your topic of your show is, and I'm so sorry. Well, I can say a fact. One of the facts is Jack took that stream down. He just privated it. I sent you a message, Emily. But as far as your topic, I'll have to think on it more, DNW. Thank you so much.
That's okay, Crystal. Feel free to, have a think. But yeah, you can. So that's what you wanted to say to Emily. Emily's just hopped off. She hopefully will be right back. VE left as well. Thank you, Vegan Equilibrium, brother. And Chickpea dropped off as well. Wow, we lost 3 people in a little while there. Grazy, have you got anything to add?
I was wondering if anybody mind me giving a bit of a speculation here while everybody's gathering their thoughts. Now, the speculation is not necessarily about Jack, but people like Jack, hosts like Jack, that maybe people might want to speculate on. So I'm saying I'm not judging Jack. I'm not saying this is. I'm saying I'm just offering a speculation that I've noticed about individuals like Jack that might have extra responsibility that maybe they don't know, maybe they do know. That you guys have already touched on it. And this speculation is this. So I've run that speculation a million times now, DNW, that this is speculation. Okay, I'll go. What if there are some hosts out there that generally, when they get individuals on their show that can advance their path on their show, they'll sabotage that because that's not what they truly want. They want broken individuals that will always loop and always create entertainment and never any get fixed. So it's like a money card forever, never, never. I'm just putting that out there. Is that out there at all? And is that why it'll never really get better?
I mean, there's that thought about therapy in general. For a lot of people, it ends up being that way, I'm sure. But one thing I wanted to say is when I brought that up, I wanted to clear up that rumor that was put out there about me and something that's never happened to me, and say what I thought about that kind of behavior, and pivot it into a fact that I thought people might discuss about sex in general. First of all, this is to make you uncomfortable sexually, which is a violation of your personhood, because sex in its proper space is people wouldn't be uncomfortable, and it makes the victim feel like making me look like I would have a problem with normal sexual joking or banter, which I'm not. So I wondered what people thought about breaking bonds. So like sex is appropriate when people are bonded. And I think breaking bonds, breaking the humanity in sex is something that's really disturbs society. And that's what I kind of wanted to have people maybe talk about, see if they thought that was a fact.
I see 2 different things, but people are more in line with you, Emily, so I'm going to let them speak so I don't derail it. I see them as 2 different things, but I'll let everybody else talk for now, and I'll ask me again later.
Well, I see, as someone who worked in the sex industry, I actually see a difference between sex and making love. I think there's a significant difference. I think that there's an emotional investment that some people, that most of us will at some point put into it, the act of having sex with somebody, but you can have sex with an emotional detachment, just looking for the pure physical ecstasy of having sex. It's a great natural drug. And so I think it's important to delineate those 2 things, because to me, there is a clear difference. The other thing I would say is that when I can't think of what the word is, but when we make when we make it this conversation, this taboo thing, what happens is it makes it very difficult on victims, because when they're afraid to even come out and talk about things, they tend to blame themselves about a lot of things that happen to them that are outside of their control. So really sensitive about how we approach these topics to begin with, in my opinion, for the sake of victims and for our own sake as well.
And I missed whatever Crystal said because my thing went out, so I didn't know if she asked me anything or anything.
Emily, quickly, could I just add one more thing? I'd make it quick. It's just I wanted to add it to what I said because I just realized I missed it off, which was that I was answering a question, by the way, that you asked us, but when things like sex and all that come to like banter and panels like this, I think there's a bit of a decorum and a bit of respect in discourse. Like you sort of like, you respect other people's boundaries. So, other people don't think the same way. So when you asserted those boundaries, which I've heard and watched you do so many times now, is pissing me off, to be honest. And I'm one for giving people as. I can probably say I understand where he's coming from, a place of trauma and everything from my position. Not saying he is, but that's where I would see it from.
Well, Ted Bundy was coming from a place of trauma. We don't let people kill people either. So,
That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to speak universally, not trying to pathologize the guy, because I don't truly know. But I'm just saying that once you've given those boundaries, and just, it feels like I'm having to go at Jack, but I think there's a lot of responsibility for a lot of the real men in the room. People like Owie and all that standing up and saying, no, there's enough now. When someone gives them boundaries in those areas, you've got to respect. You don't know that person. Like you said, they're individuals like yourself that see sex differently, and that should be respected. Same as religion.
And same thing with men. There are women who will talk horribly about men, and it gets to the point where it's ridiculous and even violent. And then if some woman in the room doesn't say, okay, this is veering off into crazy territory, making Lorena Bobbitt jokes and stuff, I don't go along with stuff like that, and I think it's really sick.
Yeah, I think like my whole thing with pathologizing, I think it's too dangerous. Like Owie said, I think it goes into subjective ethics, not objective ethics. If you don't know the danger and damage you're going to cause, especially when someone's polite enough to say, look, you're crossing boundaries now, please just leave it alone. And then when people use vulnerabilities to attack you, like I said, I'm not going to play victim because I made all my shit happen myself, like D&W will tell you when I first came here. But like, I've been there myself, even though I made myself my victim just so I can test it on myself. It's just, it's not nice when you tell people your boundaries and they can't see them and they keep pressing. I don't want to have a go against the lad. I think if it was me, it was probably because I'd had issues, but I don't know. He might just be a twat. I hope not. But hats off to people like Owie that stood up and said, I'm going to do this with even with the individual like Jack, who's saying, I'm going to hold you to a high standard. You should have dealt with this. You should have stopped this with a few episodes ago.
I do see, just like we all have different boundary levels, though. Sorry to interrupt you, but and maybe I'm being a people pleaser or something, but I do see absolutely no intention on the part of the host. Now, I do see that OE sees it differently in terms of how someone should handle it in his mind. And of course, I would do the same, but it's not my platform. So I will say there's absolutely no complicitness or complicity or whatever the word would be with what this individual, though, is doing. That's clear. It's this one individual deciding to do this.
It may be a looping pattern in Jack's life that he maybe for some reason psychologically he's used to toxic people around him and he just can't let go.
Can I give a counter example for us to think, just to consider?
He's not a bad bloke himself, but go ahead, Owie.
I also have.
Yeah, it's analogous, so you have to understand that it's not going to be a perfect one-to-one. But I had a brother who passed away not too long ago from a drug overdose. And he had just a terrible drug habit for many, many years. And at first, I gave him a lot of money and a lot of resources every time he destroyed his life to try and help him build his life back up. And at some point, I had to recognize that every time I gave him money, he would go out and get really, really fucked up and just be worse off than he was before I had to give him any money. And I had to eventually just draw a hard line there where, listen, I'll go buy you clothes. I'll go with you and I'll get you groceries. I'll take you to the grocery store. I'll fill up your refrigerator. But what I'm not going to do is help you put a needle in your arm, right? And I think that that's what Jack is doing, allegorically speaking, is just helping people put that needle in their arm, so to speak. I want to be really careful how I couch this conversation because I don't think it's that on that same level. But you have to understand when you platform somebody, you are actually encouraging that behavior, especially when it feeds into the psychological problem that is causing that person to consistently behave like that when they've been told by a number of people and been reprimanded by a number of people that I've seen in just a month that this behavior is unacceptable, and they continue to do it because there are people who continue to platform it, and that just encourages the behavior. And I just think that that's the problem. Like D&W and I were saying, you can help people by being responsible and giving them actual practical help. Just like me buying my brother groceries or buying him clothes, taking him to the store is much more effective than me giving him cash. Jack could help these people offline if he wants to coach people up. And that's a very honorable and commendable thing for Jack to do. But when you start platforming people, that takes it to a level that's just, in my opinion, unacceptable. And you have a certain culpability, just like I had a certain culpability when I would give my brother several $100s because, look, you got to pay your rent. Here's a couple grand. You're so far behind or whatever. And then it turns out he's homeless a week later. What happened to the $2,000 I gave you? Oh, he can't even talk to me because he's so fucking high on meth and fucking whatever else he was doing, or fentanyl and all the other bullshit, or Fenny, sorry, for all the other bullshit, right? And I literally, I put that in his arm I did that. I made that happen despite
No,
my
you
best
didn't.
intentions.
No,
Right? I
you
have a
didn't.
certain
Yeah,
culpability.
despite
for
your
that.
best intentions, but you know,
Yeah.
you did what
Inadvertently
you
you
thought
did
was
it.
good, and it was good intention. Now, with Jack, as I want to reiterate, I don't think he's a bad bloke. I don't think he's setting out to
No.
cause disharmony.
Nobody is.
And
to
I
put
think
you on the
I
trauma.
also think he genuinely would try to help people privately. In fact, I think he does do that. So
Yeah,
hopefully
he would.
you can take that route. I want to bring Battle Axe in, guys. She has been waiting. Battle Axe,
Thank you.
fact, speculation, or question, and why does your statement matter?
My speculation would be that, he was trained by his government, he had that postal job or whatever, and he's gone a little bit postal because he misses his family, and he can't interact with his son the way that he used to, unfortunately. So yeah, and the interactions that he has with us, it brings up the trauma that, arises when he thinks about his family and how from his point of view, they abandoned him. And it's the same thing that's going on with me and my mom, because she is smothering, when she does want to be around, but then she actually she does a lot better on her own. Like, she can be the cat lady, the happy cat lady. And there's nothing wrong with feeding the cats, but make sure you're taking care of yourself first,
Well, I do find that sometimes, Jack does look visibly upset, and I do worry about him because he is on his own personal mission. He's got his own personal agenda, and that's his prerogative. Like, he does vacillate on screen in real time between looking deeply stressed out and content and happy with what has been said. And yeah, I just hope he's all right.
Can I just say something really quick, because I'm not going to be on here very long. So everybody knows, just want to make an announcement about the 2 upcoming shows. We have Monty Montgomery tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern.
Tell people who he is, because some people may not be familiar.
He's one of he was in the very first wave of reggae music that came out of Jamaica, and he had a big hit in England in the late 60s, and he was touring all around the world as a reggae artist for many years since the 60s, and he knew all of the big wig reggae artists and worked with a lot of them, and he has a lot of great stories. So if you're interested in music and the history of reggae music, he'll be an interesting person to listen to, and you'll be able to talk to him and ask him questions. And then a very, very exciting show that's happening Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern will be Ingrid Newkirk, the founder of PETA, People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals. I was very fortunate to get to meet her in person the other day and got to talking, and she was very happy to agree to come on the show. So I do hope you'll all tune in for that, and she will be open to taking questions at the end of her interview. So please put that in your calendar.
I talked to her on Facebook one time when we did the elephant protest for the circuses. If you look her up on Facebook, she does a lot of activism, and there's local area activism through her.
She's a remarkably driven woman, and I'm very excited to have her on Vegan Equilibrium. So thanks for organizing it.
Mm-hmm. All right, that's all. Good night.
Thank you, V.
That
I got a question.
Go ahead, and tell us why your question matters. Go ahead.
Because it helps me understand tomorrow night better, or when that lady's on better. Can I ask you?
What's happened? Hello?
Am I allowed to ask? Should I just ask you? Is everybody there?
I'm here.
Sorry, yes, I was muted. Go ahead. Ask the damn question.
Because no one's answering. Right, go. Yeah, will we have more than 3 minutes to chat to this lovely lady?
Possibly.
Depends. It depends. If you go into one of your nonsensical rambles, then no. But if you actually ask a reasonable question, then yes.
So if I be me, I'm going to be limited to being me, and if I behave myself, I can have longer. Is that correct?
It depends. I mean, it also depends on how many people want to talk to her. You know, if the backstage is filling up, then no, we got to keep it at 3 minutes. And it also depends on like how much she can take. I mean, she's a busy woman, so we'll see.
Okay. Interesting. Okay.
Make sure your first question is insightful, and maybe she'll want to talk to you more.
I'm the only one that asks insightful questions, to be honest, when it comes to veganism. Everybody else talks about the same stuff you've been talking about for the last 700 years, so I don't know what the fuck to talk about.
The Freak asks, vegan equilibrium,
Couldn't even
are
answer that one.
humans animals?
No shit.
There you go. You got your answer, the Freak. So, where were we? Battle Axe. Did you want to say anything else about something else?
Well, not at the moment, other than the audio. Like, the audio is... I'm going to jump out and then come back because it's overloading my device, and I'm going to get my headphones back on. It's bad. It's really bad on my phone.
Yeah. Sorry, VE. I had to mute you, VE, because it was feedback coming. Oh, he's gone. He's gone. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I
Guys, quick question
vegan radio MSDNW if I'm going to be degraded on who I am, whether or not I can answer.
No.
I don't want to be treated like that. So, if the vegans can't treat me ethically, I'm going to have to give it a miss because I think it's unethical for them to treat me like that. But hey, if they want to degrade me, degrade me as a human being who is probably more vegan than they could ever be, because I actually see the cause of it, and I will stop it, where they'll always fail for doing the same mistakes they've done for the last 800 years. But apparently, something's just going to change, because that's not insanity, is it? And yet, if you tell everybody the definition of insanity, that's veganism for today, that is, and yet none of you can prove me incorrect because I have all the receipts. It literally is insanity to believe the same things you've been doing for the last 700 years are somehow going to change something. And yet someone like me comes along and tells you something different and no one else saying, and you just go, just give him 3 minutes because he's autistic and he might upset somebody.
No, actually, Crazy, I think you're taking it too much to heart. Actually, it'll be the same rules. It'll be the same rules.
Anything I said was incorrect, Ian. Just can you
let me just say what I'm going to say, Crazy.
Look at my point, bro.
Crazy, it will be the same rules for everybody. There's nobody picking on you. It'll be the same rules for everybody.
Will I be pathologized against, though?
No, I don't think you will. If what you say is interesting, more time will be given to you. But I'm not in charge of whether people find what you say interesting, Crazy.
Yeah, you are, because if I say our future is the most interesting thing in the world, and they're being abused and ignored over animals, otherwise I speak to them, that is interesting, don't you say? Wouldn't you say that was interesting, because I know everybody else says it's interesting. Nobody wants to see the same boring crap you always talk about.
The person who has given their time to be sent the stage on the show, it will be up to them whether they find what you say interesting, Crazy, not me. And that's okay.
I thought it was up to everybody, and truth was interesting, but apparently someone's got that power. Well, I don't want to be in the show. Someone's got the power over that. I don't want to be in that show, because that's not what Owie did, or I did, or anybody else that did the show. We were honest. The thing is with vegans, they're very dishonest, because someone like me comes along and I can unravel the entire argument. I'll put ethical things in front of them and I'll show them that they won't do fuck all if they could save those animals.
Well, don't you better not swear. She is a lady of a certain age.
What do you mean swear? That's my my culture. That's where I came from. I was bred with that language. I can't do it. But if I'm going to be
we all have to be flexible when we're talking to others in public.
No,
Sometimes
we don't have to be autistic. I find it difficult. I can't. So if I'm excluded, then I'm excluded. I get it. I get it.
Part of socializing.
Rules in place. I'll bow to those exclusive rules.
Sometimes we have to pronounce our words differently. Sometimes we have to use words we wouldn't normally use because we're trying to.
You know what happens then? You get ignored.
Ingratiate ourselves.
Get ignored.
People we're talking
No,
to.
but then you just misconstrue what you say.
We don't get ignored. We actually get listened to because we're showing.
But I never have. That's the problem. See, I never have when I did those rules, and I proved it. I proved it time and time again. Whenever I made those rules, no one ever listened to me. And then when I broke those rules, everybody started listening to me. So you're full of shit. I've got all the receipts. What you're saying is not true. I've run those
Maybe
tests.
Kenny would have a better way to, explain it because he's not getting it from you.
Don't need to explain. No.
No, apparently you do.
What's that?
People aren't going to want to have any discussions with you if you aren't consciousness. Like, if you're not conscientious and aware, like that's just the way it is.
You're not. You get all these language things like if and things like that. It's all manipulative. None of this stuff. Talk truthfully. Talk honestly. Stop using words like if and people and things. Talk from your heart. No, it's not.
So crazy. I'm going to take you out. I'm going to take you out of the picture, Crazy. I'm going to take you out of the picture, and I'm going to say, from my experience, from my lived experience, when I'm socializing with others, unless I bend to some kind of group norm, I am conversationally ostracized.
Yeah, the snake will always try to sell you his skin before.
And that is just the way it is, Crazy. And that is a burden we all have to
bear. That's the way it is. Oh my God, damnation. No. See, I'm not this. That's not just the way it is. I don't bow to that God, DNW. That's a false idol.
I know you
don't bow to it. It's a false idol, DNW. Don't bow to it. It's a false idol.
It's a cultural
and it's a false idol.
If you don't have a cultural understanding...
It's cultural with eating animals. You're supporting the very thing that's actually fucking the thing you want to go against. Stop it.
Then you're doxing yourself.
It's just absolute...
You're shadow banning and doxing yourself, then.
It's just the way it is.
Just so you know.
Damnation. That's just the way it is. That's the authority you want to use. How about truth? No,
it's not an authority.
Crazy brother, it's about having it being part of a social contract with other people. It's a give and take relationship, right? You give and you take. It takes a little bit of give from each person.
That's what everything is going wrong for. It's not. Truth is the truth. It's same as right. You don't debate the truth and decide, even though this is not true, we're still going to go with it anyway because the social construct says we want it to be true. That's what dogma is.
Let me give you an example, brother.
Ethics go against.
Let me give you.
Dogmas.
Let me try to give you an example, brother. Crazy. Let me try to give you an example.
Hell. I can give you an example. Hell and heaven. Hell and heaven is an example of damnation and what I'm pointing at.
Yeah, you're
talking a lot. I'm pointing at something different. I'm not, right? I'm talking about
part of good communication is listening.
You're obeying. That's just the way it is. How the fuck is that an authority? That's dogma.
Crazy. I'm asking everybody whether they think you are right or wrong.
That is dogma. That's not just the way it is. Damnation, no. Stop obeying these rules. These are false idols.
There is a poll running, and the poll question is Crazy correct? Yes or no? 1 for yes, 2 for no. Look, you may not think this, but unfortunately, we live in a society, and other people's opinions do matter when we're trying to communicate. So we're just going to try and see what
No, they don't. No, other people's opinions do not matter.
An echo chamber.
When we're trying to communicate. Go ahead, OE. Go ahead, OE.
Explain to them information theory. Explain to them what information theory is, yeah? It's like Guess Who? You need to knock down as many of those things as possible that are accurate. So people's opinions don't fucking matter if they're just dumb. Because you'll be there for days, you'll never get to the truth. You need logical ideas. That's what logic is invented for. Just saying people's opinions matter, it doesn't. It just makes piles of fucking, just go through all this paperwork of everybody's opinions, and no, half of them are fucking dumb. It's easy to make a really easy category test to, weed out what information is good or not. And people who use things like, that's just the way it is, to me, just is low IQ. I'm just like, I'm sorry, I can't deal with you. You may as well just say, dogma or demagoguery is your fucking God. They're false idols. Just because you think that's
Gracie,
the way it
you've
is.
gone on for a
Nobody
bit.
just said that's just the way it is. Nobody said that. We're telling you.
He did. DNW, that's what you said.
No, here, guys. I want to bring Jack on. Jack, I'll bring you on in a moment, brother. when Gracie has calmed down, because Jack, people were talking about you earlier, and I feel it's only important we give you a calm environment, Jack, to come on to, because I know, Jack,
Crazy,
that the conversation will be emotional, and I want to give you the ability to have a composed arena. So, guys, please, a little bit of decorum.
Yeah, Gracie, let me just try to conceptualize this with you. Not at you or to you, but with you here, brother. You talk about truth, which I appreciate very much, because as I mentioned, I think on Jack's show today, right, I'm a phenomenological realist. So I do believe there's an objective reality, which means there's an objective truth. But we need to understand that the truth is relative. It's not subjective, but it is relative, right? So that's very important to understand. The other thing is that, as I've said before, the truth is like anything else. It can be used as a weapon, right? If we're using the truth as a weapon, then we're actually using the truth to hurt people. And that's not what we want to be doing unless our intentions are not pure. So if we want to be helping people, right, living harmoniously with other people, because we are in fact a social species, that's a fact, a biological fact, then we will use the truth to build each other up, not to tear each other down.
Yeah, I know all that, bruv. I was just trying to make that point. I know what I'm doing. I was just trying to show something else. Don't worry about that. I was just trying to make the show go. I wanted to show something to myself. I was just testing everybody, and yeah, appreciate that. I absolutely agree on it. But also, one thing
Daniela said, thanks for
let me
bearing
just find this
Gracie.
thing before
You're
we.
welcome, Daniela.
What I would say to you though is that if you can see something that even the OE can't see, that you feel is the truth, but everybody's ignoring it, should I point out or just ignore it?
You should check your intentions. Are your intentions to build good relationships with other people?
Yeah.
Then
Thank
that
you
will
for all
help
that.
us
Yeah, thank you
figure
for
out
that.
the
Yeah,
answer.
I get that. I don't need you to. I got all that. And you can go into me and all my spirituality and everything. But just on the essence of the question alone, if I see something and my intentions and everything is in line, you don't have to bring anything else into it. If I see something that I believe you're not seeing and no one's seeing, I just want to show it to you and I want to show some notice. Should I at least try?
It's going to be a different answer. Yeah, it's going to be a different
you
answer than
able to
you're
give a yes
talking
or
about.
no?
I've got a thick skin, so
You
I'm
don't
not
have to
afraid
give
to
a
hear
yes or
you
no,
say
but are you
whatever
able
you want
to?
to say, Crazy. I'm not afraid to hear you say whatever you think the truth is, Crazy, because I've got a very thick skin and I have
Yeah,
self-respect.
but that wasn't my
But other
question.
people
That wasn't my question.
other people may not have that much emotional or mental fortitude, and so you may be hurting them by
Yeah, that wasn't my question.
laying out your version of what is true. And the other thing, Crazy,
Still
is
haven't
that
answered my
fallibility
question.
is a virtue. Yes, I am
None
answering your
of
question.
these
It's
answer
not
my
hearing
question, are we?
because your mouth is fucking running, which means your ears aren't open. Shut the fuck up.
Okay.
Crazy.
Wait a minute,
91% of people,
Whoa, 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 whoa.
91% of people who have
I
done
don't
the
know
poll
if
think you are
Can you
wrong.
at least answer the question, though?
Crazy, 91% of people think
Yeah,
you are
can you at
wrong.
least answer the question, though? Oh, wait, can you answer the question? Be honest, though.
Doesn't
Because
have
none of that answered my question.
Crazy. You're
My
not
question was
Lord of
really
the Dance
specific,
here.
and I can tell you
Nobody
all
has
the
to do
questions that
anything.
all them answers would have answered, but I had a specific question, and you still haven't answered it.
Crazy. Nobody has to do anything. They're not at your
No, he
beck
doesn't
and
have
call.
to. I'm asking him. Can he answer? Can you do it? No, OE. Can you answer the question just honestly?
I am answering the question, brother.
No,
As
you
I
haven't.
said,
At all. I can tell you all the questions
your
that I would have
intention,
asked for those answers. Yeah, but I haven't asked that.
if your intention
All I asked was a really
is to
simple question.
help
All I
people
asked was a simple
and
question,
to
OE,
lift,
and if I
if
see
you
something and everything is in line
this
and
is
you
where your
don't have to add anything else,
ears have shut
should
off,
I at
Crazy.
least try?
This is where
Yes
your
or
ears
no?
are
Should I at
closed.
least try? Yes or
When your
no? Should I
mouth
at
is
least try?
running,
Yes or no?
your ears
Should
are
I at
not
least
open,
try,
brother.
OE?
When your
Right,
mouth
okay,
is
so
running, your
yes
ears
or
are
no?
not
Should I at
open.
least
loop
try?
you're in. You have
Can
to
we
let
breathe
him
for a second?
speak.
Okay.
Breathe, Carl.
Yeah.
Breathe.
All
Carl,
right,
I'm going to
but
put you
everybody's
backstage.
gonna
I'm
wait
going to
until
put
all
you
does answer the
backstage,
question if I
Carl.
wait. Yeah, okay, I'll do that.
Carl, I'm not kicking you off the show. I'm just putting you backstage for a moment because, unfortunately, this isn't just the Crazy Guru show. I love you, but it isn't all about you today. There are other people here, Crazy. I'll bring you back on in a couple of minutes, Crazy. Just please take a moment to calm down.
DNW, it's really quick. This opportunity to address Jack directly, since I mentioned his name. Out of respect for everybody here, if I may just speak to Jack directly for a second, because I have to get out the door. Jack, I
speaking?
I specifically
Just so I
said,
know.
based off of what happened today at the end of your show with you know who, that I've actually unsubscribed from your channel, and it's not because I don't like you, and it's not because I don't care about you privately. That this kind of behavior is unacceptable. It gets platformed. It's your choice to do what you want to do with your show. But as long as you continue to have people like that you fucking know, full well, brother, what their behavior is going to do, consistently produce that. I've seen it consistently in the month that I've known you and watched your channel, and you've been around this for years. So I don't think that you have a legitimate excuse, in my opinion. I'm not trying to be mean to you, but I'm being direct with you, okay, brother? You know this behavior. You know what he's going to say. You know full well what he's going to do. And so there's no surprise to me when I heard him say that, and I've only known him for a month. If you've known this person, you know he has the capacity to say these horrible, ugly things to people because he's all the time. I just cannot support that anymore. I'm sorry, brother.
Who is it? Who is this he?
Imperious.
Oh, I see.
And that's fair. I accept the consequences of my choices, and I don't deny my part.
Whoa, is that me?
No,
Yeah, it's you. Ah, golly, why? They don't do that here in Colorado.
Jack,
Was it
there
me?
were some people here. I wasn't there for Jack because I believe it happened after I left. Now, I want you to know people were not saying you're a bad guy. They were just saying perhaps you have almost suicidal levels of empathy, and it's kind of toxic empathy, and that some people need to be dealt with privately rather than publicly if they keep letting you down, Jack. And I did speculate, Jack, that maybe you're some kind of victim to your past, in that maybe in the past you were surrounded by toxic people, and because you're used to that, you can't let go. I don't know, Jack. I don't know. I don't think you're a bad guy, Jack. You know that, but I really don't know. It's good to have everybody here because they can perhaps suggest to you what they feel you should do. But at the end of the day, it is up to you.
Well,
Correct.
thank you.
I'm not going to tell Jack what to do. That's his business.
Well,
welcome, Chuck. Great to see you here, brother.
Oh, thank you. It's a pleasure being here. I like talks like this.
if I may, the part of this too, I've looked at myself and I've tried to be objective. I've been asking myself, what is the right course and the right path for me? But the one thing I disagree with what you said, objective ethics, is I really try not to assume on what others may or may not do. Now, does that mean I'm opening myself up to enabling poor behavior because they're not showing the willingness to change? That case can easily be made. The other side of it, though, is I know what I've learned. I know what I'm witnessing, and what I'm witnessing is extremely unhealthy behavior. And I know for a fact that I've got a better chance of influencing that behavior if I can interact with them than if I just push them away. And if I just push them away, maybe someone else, maybe they'll find the answers. Maybe someone else will pull them aside and say, hey, time to grow up. I know it's damaged me, though, for sure. I don't know what.
Well, I want to be clear. I want to be clear, brother, because I do care about you, and I do respect the fact that I actually think your intentions are good, and I want to give you the benefit of the doubt. But unfortunately, I feel like you're presenting what's called a false dichotomy. I'm not saying that you have to push somebody away. I'm saying that the appropriate place to deal with it is in private, not to platform the behavior that you can predict is going to happen. And I understand you don't want to assume the worst in people, and that's fair because I think that's good. But you can assume that if you let a rock drop out of your hand, it's going to hit the ground because some things just don't change over time. This behavior is not changed over time. If you want an opportunity to change over time, do that in private. And then when you get a commitment in private that this person or anybody else says, look, I'm not going to damage you, because that's what he's doing. He's actually damaging you in this with this behavior. Says, I will make a commitment to you, Jack, and help respect your show and accomplish your goals on your platform. Then you can bring him up into public and show the change in a person, and actually my opinion. Now, listen, I'm not here to tell you
I mean-
what to do. All I'm doing is telling you what I'm going to do based on what I've been exposed to, because that's what I have control over.
As long as you're not putting those people directly in your space, you do you, okay? Like, if you really think that he's redeemable, go for it. But I think he's so far gone. I mean, some of them are just too far gone, and there's no chance of them turning around. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Well,
me and him
no,
got
no, no,
into
no,
it
no.
a few months
I mean-
back, and
I want to
his
know if
behavior
Jack knows
has
what
not
I'm saying
changed.
when I say that.
Yes, ma'am.
Because I literally, like, I wouldn't have been in this situation if I didn't take pity on somebody who was lonely and wanted, you know, just company, okay? Because I didn't screw the guy. I gave him a foot rub. The same thing that I did for my father the first time I met him. I gave him a foot rub, you know, because he was on his feet and he didn't feel good. You know?
Now,
And I
one second,
cleaned
if
his
I may
coffee
say
pot
something,
every night.
If I may say something. See, Jack, this is unfortunately the kind of things people are saying. Andy says Jack intentionally allows the people on his channel because chaos brings views. It has nothing to do with assuming the worst or forgiveness. Jack, that is what people are saying. Now, Jack, I actually think that you have this kind of Christian ethic. Well, not all Christians are like this, but some of them are, and it's that viewing some people as never being irredeemable. There's always a chance that they can heal, and you want to be a conduit for that. But again, we did say this, Jack. There are ways of doing it, and I don't want it to damage you, because I worry about you sometimes on that panel, mate, because sometimes you're getting somewhere and then people come on, derail you, and you do seem to vacillate emotionally, and sometimes you look extremely deflated, brother, and it's not nice to see you suffering, quite frankly, like that when your intentions,
And what I'm
I
talking
believe,
about-
are good.
And what I'm talking about specifically are actually drawing healthy boundaries. And we call them healthy boundaries for a reason, because they are actually healthy to set these boundaries. You know, I understand that Jesus ate dinner with tax collectors and prostitutes, but what Jesus did not do was, when he gave his Sermon on the Mount, invited tax collectors and prostitutes up on stage.
Well, you got to be careful that you don't create an echo chamber either.
That is
In
true.
my
That is
opinion.
true. That
In
is
my
true. No,
opinion.
there is an element of healthy discourse where you have people of different opinions, but there is also
Correct.
toxic discourse, and there's a big difference.
Correct. And Imperious, I've known him for a few years, and he does this no matter what. Me and him
When
had
everyone
it
is
out. We had
selling,
Go ahead.
when everyone is selling their souls to make $1, isn't everyone technically a prostitute now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, just wanted to check and make sure, because what you consider a prostitute, which is the oldest occupation on the face of the earth,
They say that, Battleaxe, but I think maybe hunter. I don't know.
or gatherer, or forager,
Yeah.
or nomad, because we never stay in the
Well,
same
when I say
spot
prostitute,
forever.
I'm tapping into something that Jack talks about, which is Christianity and the life of Jesus, the example that Jesus set. I'm not talking about our literal definition or modern understanding of prostitution. It's completely irrelevant to what I'm talking about. No offense.
Right. No, I know that, but I'm just clarifying for people that are watching, because I'm also
talking about
watching.
You're talking about the nasty talk from Imperious, correct? Okay, no answer. All right.
Yes, that's
Sorry.
correct, brother. I'm sorry. I'm actually
okay.
late for work. I have to go, but I'll be listening.
Okay. Yeah, I know when I was trying to shut Imperious down because I already figured out what direction he was going, and Jack said he had it, so I let Jack drive the boat on that one. But Emily, yeah, I don't stand for that shit. Me and him got into a huge fight a few months back. I hope you're still listening. I don't put up with that crap. Not from him.
No.
Call me
Well,
what
I
you
mean, who
want,
are you
but-
going to put
but
up with
just-
it from?
Yeah, just because you're a woman doesn't mean you degrade them.
No.
And I'll shut my trap. I know it's hard. I'm biting my tongue.
You're doing a good job. I think you're doing a great job.
Hey, so to reflect,
only with God.
So
Go ahead, Jack.
Thank you. To reflect back, the reminders tonight, I'm receiving them for sure. And the reality is, I have tried communicating with these people offline. I would much rather deal with the poor behavior privately and not do it publicly. But
who's eating their microphone? Okay, there it goes. It's quiet now. Sorry, Jack.
yeah, I've been practicing faith, and my faith has me just focusing on being present. And in being present, I try to make the best choices with what the universe brings. And admittedly, I do recognize maybe healthier boundaries would be healthier for all involved. And I can offer that.
That's the approach I took, Jack, in case you didn't notice.
And also, yeah, look at the positives here, Jack. This isn't a stain on your character in terms of, people like you. Sophia says, Jack, this is a demonstration of people. Sophia says, Jack, this is a demonstration of people caring for you. They care about you. And so there is a positive. Guys, we should really get Emily involved. I mean, she hasn't said anything. She hasn't been given an opportunity.
I tried to stick up for her.
I was thinking we were going to start talking about other things, but that unfortunately didn't happen.
Emily,
Jack, I want to tell you.
Is this Emily?
Yeah, that's me.
Bless your heart.
Thanks, hon. Appreciate you. Yeah, no, I appreciate objective ethics, but I also appreciate you, Jack. I enjoy everything good about your show and everything good about your dreams. And I enjoy all the other things you've exposed me to that's good, like The Machine Lies and Dom on Set Scales and this show. I mean, that's how things, and Yerf Dogs, who does the same kind of work I'm doing. This is how things happen that are good on the internet. It is a community, and the good people there are why it is. So, and that's why that's so deliberately disrupting and something to take note of, that's what it's accomplishing. I came here to make a point of, like, I heard that at the end. I was doing something else, but I was hearing it. And I did want to clear up that little rumor about me. I've never been RAPED. Didn't say I was. I said, wait, Chuck, hang on, Chuck. I want to land a point.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No worries. Just want to land the point before it gets kind of changed. So, wanted to clear that up, that I never said that. And that was to disturb me and to put that out there. And that's what he does. And so then he also said he hoped it would happen to me. So I want to say, I don't even hate that person. He needs help. He's not okay. I never hated him. I never wanted conflict with him. I never wanted to have to even talk about any of this. And that was what I was talking about when I came here, is just, first of all, clearing that up, and then saying, sexuality is something that can be weaponized. There's nothing wrong with sex. It's also to make me look like I'm some kind of a, caring out about sex. I'm not at all. There's lots of funny sexual humor. Yeah, there's lots of funny sexual humor. Sex is appropriate, especially since, and that's what I was going to pivot into, which is saying sex involves bonding with someone. And that's kind of part of what's wrong with our society, is people don't value other people as, like, there's a human being involved in your sex, So yeah, that was what I was kind of thought we'd all start ending up talking about after clearing that up and kind of getting that off of me.
Now, personally, I disregarded what he said because I know he lies. Yeah. And all he does is talk trash about women everywhere he goes. That's why he's banned in so many places.
And for objective, I understand. For objective ethics, and that's where we kind of had a little bit of a disagreement, because I appreciate him so much standing up for me, but I also said, there's, first of all, I know, Jack, you have zero complicity in this. He's just somebody coming on there. So that's important to note. And I've always noted that. You can't control who comes to the show. I now have experienced that. People coming up drunk. One of them got me to say something in Spanish weird. And I'm like, what did I just say? And then I had to kick them. And then, and then should I let them back? And then the next day they acted normal. And I think Jack takes the attitude of hoping this one day will flip into this person is, behaving appropriately, had a change in their life. So I've appreciated that. At the same time, it's very difficult to be there sometimes when the people show up deliberately trying to derail everything that you're trying to do. And then you feel bad if you further derail it by, do I call this out? Do I say this sucks? Because I don't want to hurt Jack. So that's the deal. Jack's not a bad guy.
Yeah,
He's got nothing to do with these people doing this crap, and we're here to do something good.
Jack, I know somebody that can control Imperius. If you want me to, I will reach out to them. You let me know.
Only Imperius can control Imperius.
Well, apparently this guy's got something on him, and when he speaks, Imperius backs off real fast. That's all I can say. I don't know what the relationship is between the two, but the one individual seems to have some sort of influence or segue into Imperius. Because I agree with Emily. It's just plumb gross. And
There's
I'm not
no way
blaming.
you have
I'm not.
a wrangler. You have a wrangler for that one. A mule skinner? Wrangler? You got one? That's wild. I don't believe you for a second. Bring it. I don't.
Guys, I want to
don't
bring
believe it.
on Andy. Andy, welcome to Finding Gnosis. I presume you want to talk about the subject at hand, but do feel free to change it to something else, and you could just mention a fact,
Is this,
speculation, or
is this
question,
our Andy?
and let us
Yes,
know
it
it is
is. I'm
indeed.
yours. I'm yours, Chuck. I missed you.
I miss you too, Andy.
I just
Hi,
wanted to
Andy.
come on to tell everybody that we can get along. We don't have to fight and hate each other like this. We have more in common than we have differences.
Exactly.
Yay, Andy.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh no, I was saying yay, Andy, as in yay.
Oh, yay.
If I could just really quickly here, to try to help the situation, and maybe we could all use this as a learning experience, because I know a lot of people here run YouTube channels. There's a lot of people don't understand the dynamics of being a business owner, and a YouTube channel host or somebody who owns a YouTube channel is a business owner, actually, by definition.
Mm-hmm.
If you're monetized, you're actually making money. Otherwise, you can consider it a nonprofit effort. And as a successful business owner, I actually understand that I'm really not the boss. I'm responsible for everything, but the boss is all of my customers. My customers are the ones who drive my bottom line. So I actually answer to every single person that walks through the door, right? Just because my name's on the door, right, on the nameplate on the door, and then people say, "Oh, I'm in charge." The truth of the matter is, I answer to everybody. Right? If I don't please my customers, I'm going out of business. If I don't treat my employees well, they'll go work for somebody else, one of my competitors or something, right? So I actually am answering to every single person. And it's important to understand, if you want to be successful, that's the dynamic you need to be able to embrace. You need to have a certain level of humility, and also at the same time, understand that you hold the keys to the city. So you are ultimately responsible for the product that you're producing.
Correct.
And that's something, yes, I've done a poor job of having clarity on what it is that I'm offering. And well, I've made a lot of mistakes as I've been learning. But
I understand. That's why I came back, because I understand.
I'll be right back, guys.
I still love you, Jack.
Andy, you and I need to have that convo soon. I'm sorry I didn't I have your contact info, but I didn't reach out yet. We really need to dismantle the Bible together. That'll be fun.
I'm always interested in that.
Yes.
Good luck.
And we're going to go hard on the Baptists, as I said in my email.
They deserve it the most.
Indeed.
Well, like that super chat I sent to DNW. I didn't find God till I was 40 years old. And I did a complete 180 with my life at that time.
I'm the exact opposite.
Oh, really?
I found God at a young age and then moved away from God in my mid-20s.
I did both. I never thought there wasn't a Jesus. I don't even remember a time when I didn't know about it. And then I, through the different things that you see people do that kind of mess that up, I moved away from God, and then I kind of left myself open starting around 2019.
And I try to explain some of the experiences that I encountered but people look at me sideways when I do. I don't know if I'm not explaining it right or if they're just looking at me like I'm full of horse shit. You know, it's hard to tell somebody something that happened to you on the spiritual level.
Especially when the person doesn't believe that spirits are real.
Correct.
Well, it's the same thing as when somebody tries to tell war stories, like, you know, they're commiserating, and there's no way to
Oh, my
commiserate with
Lord.
somebody who's seen death up close and personal.
Yeah, it's not good. It's not good. I'm here to tell you it's not good.
Yeah.
That was,
Yeah, it
that was
happens a
one of the
lot here on
demons.
Colorado Springs. Well, near
That
Colorado
was,
Springs, I should say.
that was one of the demons I had to face.
Andy, I do think one of the reasons that you are so into looking into the Bible is like me, you want it to be true. You're trying
Yeah,
to
he's
prove
yearning.
it the other way. You kind of alluded to that in the comment section the other day. Like, we wish we could make it be true. And you're so studied further than myself, but I have found some of the things that I thought, oh, wow, this debunks this and that. And then I'll find something the other way. So that's kind of been something that I've experienced lately. You know, you can get very know-it-all when you find things, or I can, and then you find something that counters that, and you're like, oh, wait. Like when I go over to the Machine Lies and listen to him speak, you know, they know so much over there about philosophy, he and Dom, and I realized, wow, I'm the dumbest one in the room.
Yeah, I don't know much
Join the
about
club.
philosophy
Join
myself.
the club.
I think that one of the biggest issues with people that read the Bible is that they, or at least Christians anyway, they want to start with the New Testament and work their way backwards to the Old Testament. And
No, you can't
not
do
only is
that.
that the wrong way to go, because the Old Testament is the context for the New Testament, but the Old Testament has its own context as well. There's context for the Old Testament, and that is ancient Canaanite and Mesopotamian mythology. So before you can understand the Old Testament, you need to study ancient Canaanite and Mesopotamian mythology to see what the Jews were drawing on when they wrote these books.
True.
You know, all I know, without the transformation that I had, I would not be alive today.
Well, I'm glad you're here. Whatever happened.
I mean, I
Same.
died twice trying to detox from alcohol. It wasn't pretty. But they brought me back, and I didn't see a dang thing when I died. I'm here to tell you, I don't know if they were fast enough or what, but I didn't see nothing except the lights go out.
Yeah. And what was it like waking back up, Chuck?
Confused. Where am I? What am I doing? What's going on? And then they had to explain it to me, and I'm looking at them like, you're lying. There's no way I died. There's no way. Well, your heart wasn't beating. Well, prove it.
How long did your heart stop beating?
I do not know. They were pretty good where I was at as far as keeping track of people. The one time it happened in the hallway, and the other time it happened in the break room. And I don't know what they did to bring me back. I didn't see nothing. I came back, but I knew there was something bigger than me at that point.
This is why, guys, everybody should understand CPR. Everyone should try to make themselves familiar with it.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a good point. I don't know it.
Mm-hmm. There is actually a method you can. There is a method you can do without even breathing into the person's mouth, without even blowing into it.
I mean,
I heard
look
that.
it up. Yeah.
What about a stroke? What are you supposed to do when somebody's having a stroke? You have to give them a shot.
Just choke them out until they die.
No, it's called epinephrine.
I'm joking.
Okay, you have to bring them back from the freaking brink, you know, because their heart is stopping. You know, it's not just CPR we have to learn. We have to learn a lot of stuff. How to do a tourniquet to stop the bleeding so they don't bleed out on you. Like, yeah, there's a lot of first responder stuff that we should be learning, not just CPR. And how to identify the difference between a stroke and a heart attack.
True.
Mm.
CPR
I
to the
had
tune of "Staying Alive." Ironically enough, that's the beat for the heart pumps.
I remember when I had my stroke in 2000, and nobody knew where I was at. I didn't even know where I was at. It took a week, and the guy I worked with at my job, he was calling every hospital till he found me. That's how they find out where I was at. Because for a whole week, I had no clue about anything. And then the memories started coming back. And that was that same year I quit drinking.
If I could, I wanted to address Jack really quick.
Yeah. I didn't mean to make it about me. Let's talk to
No,
Jack.
no, it's about everybody. But Jack, I just wanted to let you know that even though I'm sure you know that I'm very critical of your actions and views on life and the Bible, and but I also want you to know that I like you for what you are, and I consider you a real friend.
Oh, I agree with that.
It's not all. It doesn't have to always be disagreements. We can find common ground too, and just love one another. So I
That's
love
what
you.
I did. That's what I did recently. I threw out the garbage and just went for the common.
I noticed you're doing really good with that, Chuck.
I'm trying. By God, I'm trying. I don't want to be an evil person. Because it ain't right to hurt somebody. We don't need to hurt anybody. Life's too short, so to say.
That's
You
what
okay,
I've.
Jack?
Yeah, it took me a while to realize that. Life is too short. There's no point carrying resentments and grudges and all that other crap.
Well, I'm a believer we have to deal with that crap in order to get through the crap. But that's just my opinion.
Yeah, we got.
And that came from Carl Jung.
Yeah, we got to find the lessons there, because that's where the gift is from God, is in the growth, and the growth.
Amen.
What's everybody's favorite seasoning for food? Mine's garlic salt.
I know I'm still upset at Snafu for what he did. That was low. That was a low blow.
What did
Hey, that's
Snafu
what
do?
he recorded a private conversation between me and Jack, and then decided to make a special out of it. Because I opened my heart up to Jack and was trying to make connection, and Snafu took it and ran with it. After I even talked to him and told him, please don't. I don't want this crap out there.
How did he
First
get
thing he did was-
access? How did
That
he
I
get
don't
access?
know. I don't know.
Did you give him
Tommy
keys
did
to
it
your?
once.
He was
Did you
in the
give him keys?
backstage. He was in the backstage. I didn't think about him recording it.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
Okay.
and on a cell phone, I can't see the backstage, so I didn't even know
Well,
he
he
was
thinks
back
he's
there.
a journalist, so
Oh,
you
yes.
know he's just a little ooh. He's crazy.
But I
He's
even
a-
said, please don't put this out there. This is personal. He did it anyway.
I've experienced that myself, and yeah, he's got a corrupted mind. His heart is not
Wrong.
right.
Correct.
Of course he did. Of course he put it out there.
By him doing that, though, it changed my perspective on Jack. Believe it or
He's
not.
a child. He's a little baby, you know, dancing on the table, just like Daddy said, okay? And he wants
Oh, that's
attention, and
gross.
even
That's
negative
gross.
attention. I mean, shit happens, you know. Oh, baby, you want to go up? You want me to lift you up? Okay.
I even asked him for some sort of proof that he worked with that organization he's always boasted about. and he never supplied anything.
He's Alex Jones. Come on, he don't need no help. He's got all the money in the world. He's Alex Jones. He's got all
Well,
the
that was
value.
my point. That was my point. Give me proof that you're working with this man or did work with this man. But nothing. Squirrels.
I think that the way to deal with somebody like Snafu is just to exile them. Just completely stop giving him any sort of attention and he'll disappear. That's what he's after.
To be fair, he may be the one that made Alex Jones the way Alex Jones is today. We don't know. Like, he may have
That's
been
true.
making RSO for friggin', his crew. And Alex Jones, he wanted into the club so bad. He went to Bohemian Grove, but he didn't get
and
access.
My problem is I dig down deep, especially when I'm working with alcoholics or former alcoholics. There's some sort of bond. I can't explain it. There's a bond there. And that's why I love Jack to death, because of that bond. Because he walked the same road. He knows what happens.
I guess this is the point where I get on. I should have done it at Jack's, but this is where I get on and I tell everybody that Jack saved my life, because we're now friends on Facebook, and all of a sudden all these messages got flooded this morning from like 2 years ago. Messages from 2024 just flooded into my inbox, and I was like, what just happened? Did Jack just break the algorithm? Did I just break an algorithm? I broke through the algorithm by making friends with Jack on Facebook. Like, can you get any more miraculous than that? I mean, I didn't want any of those messages, but they're there.
Well, as Jack would say, that's a sign.
Everything is. It is fascinating, though, how life works. It's a mystery. And the human species, man, we are fascinating creatures.
For sure, Jack.
I imagine that's why God created so many of us, because people are truly fascinating.
Especially the Asians. Hey, Vera.
Oh my God.
Vera, I wanted to ask, how long have you been playing the guitar for?
Who?
Okay.
Vera.
Verily?
I started
Vera?
taking lessons when I was 11 years old, from Philip Iorio, and he played for the Philharmonic. And,
Oh, no way.
yeah, I recorded a bunch of songs at 11 years old for Christmas. Some of them, yeah, Oh Holy
Awesome.
Night, and yeah, all those. Yeah, and but I've never actually like stuck with it, So like I've been doing vocals. I was singing with Two Gun Charlie for like over 2 years before I just went to Europe. And when I came back, I tried to sing and I couldn't. I would like get through like 1 or 2 songs, and then I would just start bawling my eyes out because I felt like there was someplace else I was supposed to be. Because everybody told me that I needed to come back here, that they needed me here, but I told people like I can't come back to the way it was, and I told Chuck when I got back that he needed to slow down on the drinking, because I slowed down on the drinking completely, like altogether,
Me too. And Jack.
They don't, and me.
But you're always an alcoholic from what, friends of Bill will tell you, okay? So, and you get trained in those rooms, because I used to crawl on the floor on a blanket in those AA rooms, but that's besides the point. I've been playing guitar off and on for 30 years. Did that answer the
question? I think that you have a great singing voice and you play the guitar very well.
I don't know. There's a power that comes from something bigger than me. That's all I know. It's definitely bigger than me. It pulled me out of the toilet and got me on the right path.
Guys,
But I fought it. I fought it every step of the way. But I did not want to quit.
Yes, DNW.
will we go back to the topic of the show,
Yeah.
which is fact, speculation, or
I
question?
thought we were on the topic. Sorry.
No, we are. But I want to hear some new information coming at us. Sorry, Chuck. So something that matters, whether it be a fact, some form of speculation, or a question. And by matter, I mean something that will help us all going forwards. Find out what was going on or what we should be doing.
Well,
I'm not. Go ahead.
This, what we're doing right now.
I was
That's what we're
thinking.
supposed to be doing.
I didn't have anything. I was just thinking out loud. Sorry.
I get what you're saying, Battle Axe, but that's kind of also
Don't be sorry.
a strange loop. Because, yes, we're meant to be doing this, but there is something within it that we're meant to be doing too.
So why don't you tell us
meaning-
what you think that we should be doing? Since you think
just
that we're off
did.
topic.
Well, I think we need to be finding out what's going on. We need to be having that question. We need to have that conversation. But there needs to be
So
substance
you
to the
lead.
conversation. It's a leap.
You
I
lead
asked the
us.
question. I asked you. Tell me something meaningful. Tell me something that
Well,
matters.
I was
I
3
rather
months
make
sober.
chocolate fudge that I can stir into my warm milk than drink out of this plastic Hershey's thing that says there's only 5 ingredients, because I don't care what those ingredients are. I don't know where they were sourced. Chuck, your
I
turn.
have something that matters.
No, I was going to say, when I quit
Yes,
drinking, I
no.
was 3 months sober. Am my audio messed up?
No,
Go
you're
ahead,
good,
Chuck,
but
go
he
ahead.
said he had something important,
Oh.
so I thought we should
Oh,
jump
oh.
to him.
Okay, go ahead, Andy.
No, you can finish what you were saying.
No,
I don't-
no. You go.
Okay. Well, over the past few months, I've been an addict of many things throughout my entire life since I was a child. Addicted to pornography, addicted to nicotine, addicted to alcohol, addicted to codeine, addicted to everything that causes
boy.
an addictive response. And I've never really I just always convinced myself that life wouldn't be worth living without continuing my addictions. And I know that a lot of people suffer from addictions, and they think that there's no way that they could live life without being, without satisfying that addiction. And if you feel like you're struggling with addiction, and you want to quit your addiction, but you feel powerless to it, it sounds simple and, too on the face, but the real answer, in my opinion, to overcome addiction is to just, become friends with discomfort. Don't be afraid of being uncomfortable. When you think about, how am I going to go about my next day with no cigarettes? How am I going to, like, my day is going to suck so bad without a shot of whiskey, or, you know what I mean? Just make friends with that feeling of discomfort,
You can be
become
addicted to anything.
Like, I was just going to say, exactly.
You can be addicted to coffee. Yeah. And the problem with that is when you try and quit drinking alcohol, we'll say, or any other substance, and when you try to stop abusing that substance, you become addicted to something else, or you become like a sex addict. And that's why you're not allowed to date for like the first year that you're in the program, because you're
I didn't
a
know
hot
that.
mess. Yeah.
That's why
Yeah.
That's why we always went to Sex Anonymous meetings. We waited outside
Oh,
for
no.
the relapse.
Oh no, Chuck, you
I'm
violated.
just kidding.
You
I'm
violated
kidding.
in a different way. Instead of drinking, you were violating. I'm
That's
kidding.
right.
You
No,
weren't
that was a
kidding.
joke.
Don't lie.
No, I was. 'Cause I was taught that my mind was
You
like a
needed a
bad
house
neighborhood.
guest.
Don't go there by
You were
yourself.
You were looking for another addict so you could freaking trauma bond.
No, I had lost my wife and my family. I had to work hard to get them back.
You're doing the country
That-
song right now.
Oh, am I?
You
I'm
get it all
sorry.
back. You do the country song backwards, you get it all back, right? I lost my wife
I
and my
fought.
dog and my family, and now I get to get them all back.
I fought like hell. Yep. And it's hard
Yeah.
to convey to people. They don't seem to understand sometimes.
They just don't. They don't care if it's not directly correlated to them. If they're not going through the
Yeah.
same experience, it's not important to them. So it's going in one ear and out the other.
I
No, I
think
have a
that
dirty
Vera,
dog here.
Vera made a good point about becoming addicted to something else. That can be a useful tool to overcoming addiction because you can become addicted to the satisfaction of overcoming your addiction.
Oh yeah, that's why you end up sponsoring after you have like at least 5 years because the cycle repeats and continues. So Friends of Bill and the KISS method, keep it simple, stupid. They're doing the same thing, but just with they're in the fellowship. So they're helping other addicts to step out of the darkness.
Well, yeah, Carl Young had a lot to do with the implementation of AA.
Really? I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
well,
Yeah, oh yeah, he wrote a couple of letters for them. I don't have my book with me, otherwise I'd read it to you. But he wrote a couple of letters to explain why he got involved.
but here's the problem with the program is that it creates like that echo chamber, and like
Well, it depends on
you're
the group.
dependent.
I got it. Go ahead.
You're not being self-governing, you're relying on others. And so when you get out of the program, that's when you start to use again.
Yes, ma'am. You lose that connection with God as you understand Him.
And you'll lose 80 acres on Maine like my grandmother did because her husband started drinking again and made a bad deal, and they lost everything except the house, the acre that the house sat on. And she was
I got
gone way before her time. She died like 63 or 65 years old because she worked in CVS warehouse, and I'm sure they friggin' convinced her that you need medical intervention. Let us help you, And she took
well,
the radiation treatments, and then within a year she had a tumor in her brain. So she ended up going from having lymphoma to a huge brain tumor. So I know you can't correlate it to the treatments, but she should have lasted at least another 20 years because her mother died. My great grandmother died because she didn't want to live in the nursing home anymore, and she stopped eating, and they put a friggin' tube in her stomach. And instead of letting us feed her pureed vegetables and fruits and stuff like that, like nourishing food, they were like, no, you can't bring that in here because it could be poisoned, God forbid there's a bunch of glyphosate in there. No, we're going to feed her Ensure, and she'll get her nutrients from the tube in her stomach. And so
yep.
They eventually gave her some morphine that she was allergic to as a mercy kill. And it was the day after my 11th birthday. Ta-da!
Been there, young lady. Been there.
Yeah, but I'm about to go in to get a bunch of lab tests because they're free now. Because I'm tired of like scratching my skin to the point where it's like almost bleeding because of whatever they gave me at the hospital against my will.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, yeah, it's bad. Like, it's bad enough that my tests aren't showing any THC because I just went and got my med card to prove that I'm not a heroin addict because I used to be prescribed oxycodone. I took 2 pills for a 24 to 48 hour period every month.
Oh, that's not nothing.
Because they won't give me a hysterectomy. Because I have no children and I don't have a husband to say that it's okay. Yes.
Huh.
Yes.
It was the opposite where I lived.
Well, that's the way it is here on America.
Illinois, it was the woman's choice what happened. I had no say so.
You got to pay out of pocket. It's like $8,000 to $10,000 for just the basic, and that's not taking everything. That's just taking like the uterus part. They leave like the fallopian tubes and your egg makers and all that.
What do they call
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
DNC, right? A DNC.
I have no idea. Talking about it
I
makes
think
me
it's a
nauseous because
DNC.
so does the sight of blood sometimes.
Yeah, well, me too. I hate needles.
Ugh. Ugh.
But no, I seen demons. I was up 3 months sober when I seen demons.
No, demons are people that they've lost their way.
Don't know.
Imperious.
They were black entities. They were
Snafu. He's like an imp. He's not like full demon. You know, he's just like infant stage demon.
Yeah. I'd agree with that. But every time I tell a story, I get laughed at.
Sorry. We're not laughing at you. We're laughing with you.
But I was wide awake. It was daytime. And these black things, globs, I don't know what to call them. They weren't round. They weren't rectangular. They were just globs spinning around the room. And I had the utmost feeling that they weren't after me, that they were after my family. So I broke to my knees and started hitting the Lord's Prayer from the, I guess, Catholics. It was in a book I had. And the more I said the prayer, the smaller these things got until they disappeared. And like I said, I had an overwhelming sense they weren't after me, that this entity, whatever it was after the family. Because I just come back home from being evicted. And I don't like sharing this story because people, but yeah, it was real. It was real for me. And I don't know how to show proof to anybody because we didn't have these fancy cell phones and all that. And I was too scared. Anyway, all I could think of was to break to my knees and start praying. Hell, I went to AA for a long time, and the God of my understanding was the chair I sat in. Because as long as I was sitting in that chair, it didn't run away from me. I don't know if that makes any sense to anybody.
No, it definitely does make sense, and I'd say be careful and be grateful that you're on Illinois, because if you were any like more north and east, if you drop to your knees and start praying, they may, if you drop to your knees and start praying, they may start thinking that you're of a different cult.
Yep.
You got to be careful, and they may attack you because they may be trained with the Operation Artichoke, hard to choke.
My house caught on fire.
Okay.
And they're in the bedroom. My son and the wife are in the bedroom. I went in to cook my son some lunch. And unbeknownst to me, the stove shorted out because I was trying to cook a pizza. And the wife says, I smell something. And I went and looked, and the whole kitchen was in a blaze. By the time I got back down to them, and I'm trying to convince them that I'm serious to get the hell out the house, there was 3 or 4 foot black smoke hugging the ceiling. And my son has autism. So I grabbed his hands and I put them in the back of my pants, which I don't have feeling from, but that's another story. And I said, don't let go till we get outside. Well, get outside and then turn around. He's not there. He's inside the house still. I went in and got his ass. And we got out, and me and him only had a pair of blue jeans on. We didn't have socks, coat. It was a dead of winter. Everybody was getting upset because the house burned down. I was so damn thankful that we got out alive, I didn't care. You know, that's somebody looking out for me. I don't know how to phrase it. So I'll let it go at that. I'm hogging the airtime.
No, you're not. That was a crazy story. And when did you start to smell the smoke? Like you were in a dream, right?
No. I went in to cook him a pizza for lunch. I turned the stove on. put the pizza in, and I walked back towards the bedroom. And because I just got walking again, they just got me moving again. I spent 6 years where I was crawling. And they finally got my back fixed enough that I could walk. But I got down there, and the wife says I smell something. So I walked back to the kitchen, and it was in a blaze of glory.
How? There must have been grease underneath where the pilot was.
The stove shorted out. That's what they told me.
Are you kidding me? What brand
No.
was it? Do you remember?
Kenmore. It was a Sears. It was
Sears
about 20
and
years old
Roebuck.
at that time. Yeah, it was about 20 years old at that time. But, I didn't care. We got out. I didn't care about this shit inside. We got out alive, every one of us. And that's all I cared about.
I miss my toilet.
And I've walked 6 people to the crossover state, for lack of a better word to call it. That's another story.
It feels so weird to be like.
Guys, I want to read this comment here. Thank you, Andy. He's given a donation. Andy says, "Love your neighbor and forgive not 7 times, but 77 times." Andy, why did you feel compelled to share that, brother?
I see a lot of hate, not right now, obviously. I think we're having calm and peaceful conversations, but I see a lot of hatred bouncing back and forth in these YouTube chats.
A lot of what?
Hatred, hostility.
I'm with you.
And I think that
You shouldn't forgive the same person 77 times, though, right? Because fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me, right?
It's hard to say. It depends on how you feel about the teachings of Jesus, because those are Jesus' words.
You shouldn't torment yourself and in turn torment, the people that you love by tormenting yourself and staying with the same person for 6 years when they abuse the crap out of you and make you an erratic mess, because you could have a stroke and just die in the kitchen and they'd probably bury you in the backyard.
Yeah, I think some things are just unforgivable. There is a limit to that
exactly.
statement, for sure.
True, yeah.
But if you can afford forgiveness, definitely is give it as much as you can.
Well, that was a hard lesson I learned, Andy, working with alcoholics. When they would want to borrow money, I just gave it to them. I'm like, it's not a loan, here it is. It's a gift. Because if you attach the loan to it, you're going to be heartbroken. Alcoholics are terrible, or addicts, whatever you want to call it. They're terrible. But I try. I try to help each and every one of them. Because by God, they saved my life.
Yeah, amen. I was one of those horrible people for a long time.
Me too. Like I said, up until I was 40, I was a dog with a capital D.
I wasn't even enough to keep my mom sober for my first 5 years because my birth certificate wasn't issued till I was 5 years old. When I started pre-K. Yay.
I didn't get a birth certificate from my dad until he died. And then I had to figure out how to do it. Because the only record of his birth was in a family Bible.
Wow.
Daniela, guys, says she can't lie down. Her shoulder and chest are in agony. She's dreading sleeping. I'm sorry to hear that, Daniela. Know whether
I'll
this
give you a
is
massage.
a long-term condition or something that's happened recently. I'm sending you wishes that you recover quickly from what is, I'm sure, very annoying and painful. Sorry to hear that.
Ooh. If you do bridges, glute bridges, I was doing them the other day on the show. She might remember that. I was laying on the floor and I was doing glute bridges. If you do those for a few minutes, it'll help your lower back. But you do have to put, your weight on your shoulders while you do it. So it may not.
It's her shoulder. It's her upper. It's her upper. I mean, you might want to go to physio, Daniela. Go to physiotherapy and get some expert opinion on it.
Doing glute bridges actually fights depression. And mainly, I think, because it's the same motion Never mind. I'm going to shut up.
It's the same motion for taking a dump.
That's
Right.
exactly what I was going to say. Right.
I had 10 back surgeries before
You know,
they
in
got
all
me
fairness,
walking.
though, there's nothing quite like a morning, deposit. It really does cheer one up.
Deposit.
Yeah. I felt exceedingly
I just realized you
well after
thought I
mine
was
today.
talking about doing the squats. I was actually talking about doing the glute bridges, like when you lay on the floor and then you
Oh,
raise
right,
your
okay.
hips off of the floor. So you usually do
Oh,
that
I see.
motion
Yes,
when
yes,
you're
yes. I know what that.
doing the hanky panky and you turn yourself around.
The horizontal.
That's hokey pokey. Yeah, that's the one I was thinking of. Hanky panky, I said.
The old slap and tickle. Right.
We're going down Imperious Lane.
Daniela says if she breathes in, the pain is shooting up her shoulder. Must be nerve. I don't, Daniela. I think you might want to ring 111 if you've got pain darting up your shoulder. Especially if it's your left-hand shoulder.
No, that's nerve. It's neurological, like it's nerve pain. So you either roll on a racquetball.
Bone in the neck.
Yeah, roll your shoulder on a racquetball, okay, and you'll figure out which parts are painful, and you'll keep away from those parts. But there are things you can do. You don't have to contact a specialist or go see a chiropractor in order to relieve yourself of that pain. Foam rollers. I have a foam roller right here, actually. You can order one on Amazon. It'll be at your doorstep tomorrow because everybody keeps them. You see this? I also have a yoga swing too, and that helps.
Got that. I don't have the swing. I got everything else. I got the table. I got all the devices, but I don't have the swing.
Goodbye, baby. Yeah, this thing will save your life.
She's
until
right.
you
The
start
foam
doing
roller will
squats.
save your life. I'm a person that hurts my back a lot at work, and the foam roller is my best friend.
Or you could just get a better sex life, but that's neither here nor there. Because
My
you
sex
can't
life
trust
is
anybody.
could be better. It could be worse. I'm
As
satisfied.
far as you could throw them, I was talking about myself. I didn't mean to direct it towards you. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
No, I gave all that shit up when I turned my life around at 40. I quit doing all that dumb shit.
What, sex?
That's what I was about to say.
With other women.
Other women?
Yeah, instead of the wife, other women. In fact, there's a video somewhere out here on the internet that has me in the video. I haven't found it yet, but they posted it. So
I'm gonna clue you in. Pretty much everybody has personal, sex tapes that they haven't released. Like, remember Tommy Jones and who was the chick? What was her name? Pamela Anderson.
Pamela Anderson,
Do you remember those? Pamela
just because
Anderson.
I messed up the bar, I got banned from going into that bar.
I'm gonna put Pam's picture on my bike when I get it because it's gonna be here in 2 days.
What kind of bike?
I did a bad thing. I did a very naughty thing. I financed a miniature electric pit bike.
Oh,
no way.
Oh, boy.
Oh, yeah, way. The only thing is wrong with it is there's nowhere to put, a basket, and there's nowhere to put a license plate. Not that I'd put one on there, but that's how I'm going to be getting to my UAs into court. And that's not my fault because they're making it impossible to get my license back since it's been expired for over a year. And I didn't want it back to begin with because nobody's going to tell me I have the right to travel with my personal property from point A to point B.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
No. I'm a sovereign American and I just won't have anybody telling me where I can put my stuff because I like my stuff. And if you want to tell, if you want to buy it, you can express interest. But other than that, stay off of my crap. Don't touch my truck. You know that song? I love that song. I'll do a rendition one day. You can
That's
take my
cool.
money, you can smoke my chiva, you can, but don't touch my truck. Ooh, ooh. No, you don't know that song?
That's how it is down here where I live. You don't touch another man's truck.
Maybe I should go back to Texas. Since everybody's moving to Colorado from Texas and California, maybe I need to go back. How's Corpus Christi looking? Is it real dismal? I gotta go see the Selena statue again.
I know
Craig.
Nashville got run by all
Hello,
the
Craig.
Much love and greetings,
Californians.
Jack.
What did you say,
Craig,
DNW?
I want to say hello to
Big up,
Craig. He's just
DW.
joined the panel. Craig, do you want to talk about the topic of the show tonight, the title, fact, speculation, or question? Make a statement and let us know whether it is a fact, something you can show us is verified by evidence.
I'm
maybe a
not very
scientific
smart.
study.
I'm kind of dumb.
Well,
but
what have you come on to say? Maybe we can tell you whether it's
I've come
fact
on
or
to
speculation.
be a part of the show. People ask me questions and I know the answer to it, then I'll answer it.
Okay, Craig. Thank
What's
you,
the
Craig.
meaning of life?
Welcome to Finding Gnosis.
Well, like,
What's
I
the
came
meaning
up
of
the
life,
other day
Craig?
and kind of people
Sorry?
kind of kicked off, and I was like, "Fuck this shit, I'm out." I didn't really come up to start a show. I didn't come up to start shit. I just came up for a bit of love and peace.
You
Hey,
came
man,
to cut
I
it up.
support your cause.
Cut up the rug.
Craig, a question we usually ask people here, just to see where their mind takes them, and it is interesting. Craig, what is going on?
Life is right now is very cruel and crap. If you really want me to say what I want to fucking say with what's going on in my country, it's fucking bullshit and crap.
It may not just be your country, it may be existence as a whole. You don't have to be too narrow. You can go as wide as you want. Go ahead.
Well, all I'm around to do is get what Jack's word out. That's what I give a flying fuck about right now, and that's what I'm trying to concentrate on, is getting Jack's word of Jack out and get his
What is
fucking
it? What's
word,
his
what he is
word?
trying to do out there. That's all I care about right now. I don't care about anything else.
Well, I've asked you a question. What's going on?
Life's just shit right now with the way things are.
Why?
Am I allowed to be truthful?
Well, don't say anything.
Really truthful without getting
Just
kicked and being
watch your words is all you got to do.
Yeah, watch your words. Don't say anything illegal. Don't get the channel into trouble. Thank you.
Yeah, be aware.
I'll try my best not to.
Remember
With all respect,
Right
DW.
now, we are currently being replaced.
Who's
Well,
we?
you're one of those.
Okay. Pardon?
You're one of these people who think that people are being
Oh,
replaced.
you're one of them. Ooh, look at you being judgy.
Replaced by what or who?
People are being
A certain
replaced
religion,
by people.
which I'm not going to mention because I don't want to get the channel into trouble.
The one that starts with an I?
Yes.
Gotcha.
My people, the U's? The Jewish?
No, not the Utes.
No, the others.
I'm not you. I'm Cherokee. I was
me
talking
too.
about
Basically, a certain religion that the J words have had a fight with for many thousands of years.
My people were Ashkenazi, and I do not claim them. So I will lead my people to a different promised land.
Let's hope so.
What state were you hatched in?
My ancestors are also Ashkenazi.
I don't claim them. I claim you, maybe, but the rest of them, not so much. Including my own mother.
My ancestors are related to my common ancestors of the Ashkenazis. I'm not Ashkenazi myself, but there was a common ancestor
that
of
word
mine.
before, and I've never heard of them. To be honest with you.
So, my family hails from Latvian descent. So they were tailors, and before that, they were, or after that, actually, they made furs. So Latvia that is was part of the USSR.
I have zero Jewish heritage as far as I'm aware, but we are all related.
Ashkenazi is
have to be.
the fake Jews. It's the fake Jews, so they were Muslim.
Well,
so we can just, instead of say Ashkenazi, we could call ourselves what? Since we're all on the Gnosis now.
The chosen ones.
I want no part in that. Then I'm sorry.
No, what were the ones that had the powers? They still had the power to, move objects with their mind. They could talk to people.
Telekinesis.
Right. What were they? They were the Anunnaki. Why don't we just call ourselves the Anunnaki since we're all Ashkenazi? Right? No? Okay. Now we're all Anunnaki, and what else? We're decalcifying our pineal glands, and what else?
I want no
one
part
second,
of a
please.
certain religion.
That's
what
1
I
second,
do.
please. Balax,
All I
have no
want is
idea what
peace
you're
and
going
love in this fucking world, and to be
Thank you,
part
Craig.
of something
Thank you,
fucking
Craig.
greater in this world. That's
Craig,
all
if
I
you
give
could
a shit about.
make some peace by being quiet for a moment. Chickpea says the giant bunkers being built for the super rich 100 meters beneath Swiss mountains where elite clients are guarded around the clock. She's sourced that from the Daily Mail.
Clients? You mean patients? Does she mean patients? Because I think that's what she means when she says
the
clients.
documentation to back that
No,
up?
she's talking about security firms guarding very rich underground bunkers belonging to extremely rich clients of theirs.
So Bilderbergs and the
Does that mean I
Rockefellers
gotta get rid of my bunker? Shit.
because they're not named the Rockefellers and the Bilderbergs anymore. They're named, Marx, like Victor Marx and DeSantis and Paulus if you're on Colorado. Like they have different names now because just the names change. The money stays the same. It's our money. The taxpayers. I'm sorry, I was being quiet. Just mute me. God.
Yeah, with respect, Battleaxe. I don't know why, but you seem to be, I don't know, a little bit. You're going all over the place, darling. Now, it's nice to listen to you, but I'm not quite sure what the hell you're going on about.
Neither do I.
Hold back. Hold fire, Battleaxe. I know there's a lot going on in that head. You're Ashkenazi. You must be high IQ. But please, remember, you're talking to us.
Know?
And we want to
know
understand what the hell you're
She
going on
seems to
about.
be searching.
Please.
People
Remember,
were trained. They're trained by AI now, but they were trained by
try and communicate with us.
The military. They were trained by their parents. They were trained by, they're all learned behaviors. Everything we do that causes us pain and suffering, it's because we were raised up a certain way, We were influenced. And now you got a bunch of influencers roaming around saying, "Oh, look at me! I have my face painted like a clown. Look at me,
darling! Can I?
My hair and my skin is orange."
Battleaxe.
Actually, looks more pink to it than orange.
Battleaxe, darling, employ the conversational filter. It will do you the world of good. I love you to bits. You're a smart lady. You have much to offer, but you seem tonight, for some reason, to just be letting words flow out of you, and I'm having a hard job keeping up with what the hell you're going on about. And it's most unsettling because you are a very clever lady. She's a very clever lady.
What I think I heard her talking about just then was conditioning, what I call conditioning, the way that people have been created as a result of what they've been influenced by, what they've been taught, what they've been shown. And a lot of that has resulted in pain, and there's a lot of people in pain, sharing pain, still all over. I did have a couple of thoughts regarding the stream title as well, if I can. I had a couple of different approaches, because if I take just the question, I was thinking earlier today about how to get clarity in myself. And I jotted down 3 helpful questions, I think. Identifying in a list things that I've been forcing myself to do, right? We all do that. We've got things that we force ourselves to do. And then we've all got things that we've been putting off doing. And then we've got things that we could do, but we haven't thought of yet. And so what are those things for you? Things you're forcing yourself to do, things you're putting off doing, or things you haven't thought of yet?
Well, I have one thing, which I finally did today, which I tried to contact my mother. I put off trying to have her have anything to do with my son.
Craig,
Because
roughly,
as you know, Jack, my son quite recently got in touch with me, okay? And my mum don't even know about it until today, which I even tried to fucking call her multiple times. I even said, "Oi, you old bag, pick up your fucking phone. I want to talk to you about your grandkids." Yeah, even though me and his own mother turned around and told him that my mum's a worthless piece of shit.
No. Don't continue the intergenerational trauma. Don't trauma dump.
Hold on. Let me finish. Okay. He wants to make up his own mind. He wants to meet her. So he wants to make up his own mind. Yeah? That was how his mum brought him up. Okay? I had no part in his upbringing. Okay? I hadn't seen him since he was a baby, and he's now 17 years old. Jack already knows this. All right? Because I've spoken to Jack about this a few weeks back or a month or so ago. But yeah, I didn't want my mum to have anything to do with my son because I did not want her to literally fuck his head up like she has fucked my head up, my entire life. All right.
Craig, can I ask? You don't have to tell us, but roughly what age are you?
40.
You're 40, yeah.
I'm exactly 40. I was born in 1985.
You're at that age, I believe, when people who've been heavily traumatized start making sense of it because they've gone through a period of childhood trauma, abuse, perhaps, chaos, and then they go into their teenage years and 20s, and they go on a right, I don't know, you could say journey of hedonism and caning it, and in their 30s they start pulling back a bit, and then when they get to your age, they're only fit to process what the fuck actually happened. And they do say life begins at 40, and I do believe that, guys. I believe that once you get to around 40, you know, your hormones are calming down a bit. You've had enough life experiences to compare and contrast, and it is at that point where your wisdom starts, I believe, paying dividends. You know, it starts, you know, guiding you. Craig, I would say, from the sound of it,
I could tell you half of the fucking horror stories my mum used to do.
Don't.
Okay. Jack already knows about most of them, but there are literally a few that I left out. Literally a few that I left out that were even fucking
I want
worse.
to remind you, you're live on the internet. You don't have to say anything.
Yeah, I don't really
I mean,
care.
we already have them recorded on Jack's. We can go back and watch them at Jack's later.
Well,
yeah, I know, but no, I don't. No.
Can I ask you a question, Craig?
I did not bring my life onto Jack's panel, okay? I never
Craig.
said anything on Jack's live panel. I spoke to him.
The internet's forever. Okay. Oh, dang. Well, then we can't
Craig,
review
can I ask
that.
you a question? Can I ask you a question? Of what benefit is it for us to know what happened to you? I mean,
we
can
don't
guess.
go through the same.
Can I just qualify that by saying we can guess you went through some extremely difficult times. What benefit is it to you to tell us in greater detail?
It makes me feel better.
So it's a cathartic release. It's a cathartic release. Okay, go ahead if you want to.
It's a rant, but as I said, I'm not even going to talk about it on here. But as I said, my upbringing was absolutely fucking bullshit. Especially what my mum fucking allowed to what happened to her fucking grandkids, which was even worse. I'm not even going to say it because it's disgusting. All right? And I don't want my mum to fuck up my son's head because of the way she treated her other grandkids and the way that she treated her own kids as we were growing up, especially me.
Did she ever use or drink?
She drinks.
Yeah, if she still drinks, then you have every right to not want your child to be in the care of her. Even
matter
if
of
she
fact,
didn't
I
drink,
started
she may
drinking it-
still
yeah,
do
I
some
started
fucking
drinking.
harm.
Sweetheart, I
Even
started
if she's
drinking
35
between the
years
ages of
sober,
12
she
and
can
13.
still screw
Sweetheart,
up that kid's life.
Sweetheart, I started drinking between the ages of 12 and 13. I didn't stop till my late 20s when I met my
Oh my
current wife.
God.
Yeah?
Thank goodness you met her. Yeah.
You stopped.
Yeah, I stopped. The only reason I stopped is the fact that I was trying to end my own life.
I'm sorry to hear that, brother. Sorry to hear that.
And
Guys, we have somebody else here.
who came to my rescue and actually stopped me from doing something stupid.
What she stopped? She helped you, did she? At that
Yeah.
your hour of need. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever?
carry on.
Craig? Here is somebody else here who suffered at the hands of her parents. She often says her parents extremely traumatized her when she was young, especially her mother, as far as I'm aware. Chickpea. She's gonna what you're saying may resonate with her. She may be able to help you because she actually got over that trauma at the age of 72, right, Chickpea?
Yeah,
And now she actually wishes she could. Her mother is long departed this world, but now she wishes she was in a
I
position.
actually wish that my mum had departed.
Craig, the best thing you can do, okay, and I speak with a lot of experience, is spit it out as much as you can, okay? Get rid of your venom, spit it all out onto the world.
Sweetheart,
and
if I
eventually it
actually
will
wanted
leave
to
you.
fucking say what I wanted to say,
Yeah.
you
Sorry.
guys would be fucking shocked and appalled.
No, go on, say it. You could tell
What,
me.
that my
Craig.
mum that my mum used to take my nieces and literally my nieces when they were
Yeah.
fucking babies up
Yes.
to my nan's house
Yes.
and I literally allowed her own brother to touch them. And
Yes,
he was
I
a
can well
paedophile.
believe it.
Sorry,
I
a
can well
PDF.
believe it, Craig. I can well believe it. I wouldn't
Now,
put
hold
anything
on,
past-
Craig.
Let me talk to
Sorry.
him.
Go
Let
ahead,
me
Chickpea.
speak.
Yeah, you're all right.
Craig, I wouldn't put anything past any human being ever. We're a nasty, cruel species. That's one thing I've learned in my 70 years. And Craig, if you can get yourself someone who you can spit it all out to over and over, you can spit it out to me, I don't mind.
Well,
tell us.
that was one thing that I never told anyone. I told everyone else about everything else that happened to me, but I
Yeah.
never mentioned that about my nieces.
Yeah.
Never.
That is horrible. That is horrible, Craig. It's undoubtedly terrible. Did she definitely
will,
know it was
Craig.
occurring? Did she definitely know it was occurring?
She walked in on it. I've walked in on it. I fucking reported my uncle for doing it.
And why is
Was she
the
drinking
police-
at the time?
The police in the UK didn't do jack shit.
Yeah.
Was she drinking at the time? She probably put it out of her mind or said that
She's
it
drinking,
didn't
sweetheart. She
fucking
never
happen.
stopped. She's drinking now.
I know. To try and friggin'
never
forget
stopped.
because she feels
Well,
guilty. and she should feel
Craig,
guilty.
Well, now, Craig, perhaps we know why she drinks. As horrible as all this is, Craig, and it is extremely horrible.
I know why. I know exactly why she drinks because her own father actually touched her and half.
That's what exactly you've hit the nail on the head. You've
You've
hit the nail on the head here, Craig. I was going to suggest. I was thinking that. I was thinking something probably happened to her when she was a kid.
knowing
and
in the
basically-
past her own brother
Yes,
touched
yes,
his
but-
own
but
fucking
Craig-
daughter, went to prison for 3 years, right? Got released and still did it to his own fucking own fucking sister's
Crazy.
grandchildren.
Crazy. Craig, you're dealing with an extremely ill person who, by the sounds of it, never healed from what happened to them as kids. I'm not condoning what she said, and I'm just saying this is what you are dealing with. You're dealing with a woman who was extremely traumatized as a child, and by the sounds of it, was never able to have a moment to heal, and she just continued the insanity. She really was. This is why child abuse is so horrible, because it really can fuck people up so bad that they never actually develop agency. They become less victims of
You know
terrible
what,
circumstances
right?
throughout their life. And
Right,
this,
the only thing I
this
thank
is
God
why
for
it's
right
so
now.
terrible.
The only thing I thank God for right now, yeah. None of my fucking nieces can remember any of it because they were so young.
I'll tell you something though.
Thank God they
Craig,
can't remember it.
Craig, I'll
Thank
tell you
God.
something though. With all not remembering, okay.
For now, they
I
don't
Let me
remember,
talk
but
to
they
Craig,
might remember
please.
later.
Let me talk
Sorry,
to
I
Craig.
just had to get that out. I know.
Craig, I'll tell you something. Back in my late 30s, I blocked everything out like your cousins have done, these children. I went to see a hypnotherapist, right? And the whole lot came back in my memory. And I ended up having a massive breakdown. Massive. So watch for that, Craig, because you haven't heard the end of it yet. That pain will not go away forever until it's dealt with. I know that.
It's extremely tragic.
Well, I haven't spoken to my mum apart from I tried to today. I haven't spoken to my mum in 4.5 years. And the last time I spoke to her, the next time I want to see her is in a coffin.
Yes, I know what you're saying. I know exactly what you're saying, Craig. I know exactly what you're saying. I was the same. I ended up in hospital. I told the doctors, let me talk to Craig. I ended up in hospital because I told the doctors I wanted to murder my own mother. And they actually put me under an unofficial section. But they helped me and I did get over it. And now I wish that she was alive because it wasn't her fault. She was abused too. I tell you, Craig, life is a horror story.
Oh yeah, Jack knows about my upbringing with my mum. Yeah, what my mum being an alcoholic, allowing her partner beat the shit out of me.
Yes.
From the age of 6 till the age of 21.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I fell out of the window at the age of fucking 17, 18 months old.
Yeah.
Whilst my mum was pissed out of her fucking head, nattering to her older sister. Okay.
Yeah.
And my mum not giving a shit out of it. I fell out of a fucking 3-story window straight fucking head first.
Yes.
How the fuck I survived, I don't know. Straight onto concrete. And the only person who gave a shit about me was my dad.
Yeah.
Yeah. My mum tried to give me and my younger brother up for adoption because she didn't want to fucking care for us. She hated us.
Yeah.
She said many times growing up, she wished that I'd fucking died. Yeah.
Yeah.
The only person in my mum's family who gave a flying fuck about us kids in my mum's side of the family was her other sister, Bernice, and now she's dead. Yeah, around about the same time, my mother got cancer, and I turned around and said to her, "Death took the wrong person."
Yeah, it's a lot of hate there, isn't there? Yes, I know what you're saying. I know exactly what you're saying. And Craig, the more you can tell people and spit it all out, the better off you'll be.
Yeah, but some people just don't want to hear it. So
I know they don't. Oh, Craig, I know that. You can all spit it at me. If you ever want to come on here, you can spit it all at me to your heart's content. I don't mind. Okay.
That's one of the reasons. Sorry, Jack, I'm always happy to have your wisdom, brother.
Well, I want to encourage you to consider that repeating the story repeats the old feelings. And there's value in knowing it, but you can also find ways to retell the story so that it doesn't feel so bad.
Oh, like the stories and the freaking fairy tales, the fairy tale stories, like the big bad wolf and the 3 little pigs. Because it's the same shit.
Jack,
well, what I'm referring to.
Please. Let's say something. Now, I've been through all this, okay? And I've had group therapy, psychotherapy. I've even had therapy with Grumps. That's why I call him Grumps, because, we're friends now. Well, we're very close. So he knows my story. And I have one thing I do know, the more you talk about it, eventually you get tired of talking about it. And then you release it. You have to release.
The pain body.
I get that. And what you're saying there, that is a method that has been widely used, and it does work. But what I'm referring to retelling the story is you're a survivor, right? You made it through. You have the opportunity to break the generational patterns despite what might have happened to you. And it's tough. It's tough to forgive, but once you can find a way, you don't have to hate anymore.
Yes, but that, Jack, is a long journey. I know so, because I've been through it, and boy, have I been through it. I hated my mother, and I told you, when I told the shrink, I was in hospital for 8 months because of what I said. I said, I want to kill my mother, because the hate I felt. 8 months I spent in a psychiatric unit.
As horrible as it is, guys, when you start stepping back a bit and trying to make it less personal and look at it kind of with a little bit of a more objective lens, through an objective lens, and you can try and understand the people. Like, why are they the way they are? Why are they fucked up? Well, for me, as that person, Craig, I'm not you. I'm not in your family. All right. What I can say is, your mum, yes, what happened with your nieces and nephews was absolutely terrible. I mean, she should never have.
At the time, my nephew was never born. It was just my 3 nieces.
Oh, your 3
It
nieces.
even happened.
She should never have endangered them, never have put them in danger, and they should never have had that experience. It's absolutely atrocious.
Luckily,
now,
because I
first
knew what
of all,
was
the
happening,
person,
I wouldn't even let my mum take my daughter, my own child, up to there. I would never let my mum take my own child, my first.
And I think you're right. I think you're right, because clearly,
I wouldn't even let her take my firstborn up there,
Craig,
even though because of her, right, and her fucking fucked up brother. Okay, it was her, because of her brother was the reason that social services took my daughter away from me.
Right. Well, Craig, it's good that you didn't repeat her mistakes. You seem to have your wits about you. Your mother clearly didn't. Okay. Now, as I said, looking at this from the outside, I can see what happened in that your mother was damaged as a child, never developed normally. Her neural pathways are literally skewed in a way that has made her not react to the world in a healthy manner. Okay. And that is all down to, I believe, her childhood experiences, which are absolutely abysmal.
Yeah.
Now, in my view, the villain here, the criminal, is your uncle and the person, whoever it was that did that to your mum when she was younger. First instance, the chain of causation goes to them. Your mother was a victim, and it's just sad that her being a victim victimized other people, if you like, as well. But Craig, you haven't done that. I'm not saying you have to forgive your mother for what she's done, but maybe understanding it can release some of the burden on your heart, because you can see that if what hadn't happened, if her childhood sexual abuse hadn't happened, she wouldn't have done this, Craig. She wouldn't have put her nieces and nephews or nieces in danger.
Grandchildren.
She wouldn't be the way she is, Craig. I know it's a hard thing to accept, and maybe it isn't even anything that's going to give you any salve.
The only problem,
the point is,
with that is, dude,
she wouldn't be the way she is.
Right? Her own sons told her never.
I know, but
take their children up to that house.
Craig, you are. I understand. But as I said, I've tried to communicate to you. Her brain is literally malformed because of her childhood experiences. She is not operating normally because her brain was damaged as a child. And I'm sorry to say that. I know. Look.
It's not still an excuse.
Well, I don't know if it is, guys. I don't know.
Yeah, it is. It's psychosomatic.
By the way, guys, I'm
BS
not saying it's
that somebody like Freud would fucking feed Craig. Okay, it's the same fucking thing. Because she could have gotten sober. She could have gotten out of that house. You know, she could have ran the fuck away. People run away at 5 years old all the fucking time, and then their parents are looking for them. You know, like, come on now. That's how people ended up on milk crates.
I've got currently a situation, similar situation, not the paedophile sort of thing. Sorry, PDF style, right? With my son's girlfriend. Okay, her mum abuses her 16-year-old, which is my son's girlfriend. Okay, she currently beats the shit out of her, fucking puts her down constantly, allows her younger daughter to beat the shit out of her, which is the 16-year-old.
Out of who? Sorry, out of who?
My son's girlfriend. She's 16 years old. Yeah.
Have you reported this to services?
This has been reported to the police, social services, all types of shit. As I keep repeating to people over in this country, into your country, yeah, the system over here.
There's nobody that's willing to take them.
Fuck over here.
They don't have any foster parents or anyone to step up.
Craig,
that's when you step up because you're family.
Craig, you're not on any substances at the moment. You said you gave up alcohol, right? So you're a completely sober man now, are you?
Yeah, I haven't drunk since fucking. I've been with my other half. We've been together over 14 years, and we've been married nearly 14. Yeah, I've never drunk. I've stopped drinking. I've never done drugs in my life. Okay. Yeah, maybe when I was younger, I experimented with a bit of puff, but that was it. Yeah,
Craig,
I've never
forgive
done
me for
heroin,
saying
I've never
this.
done
Forgive
coke,
me.
I've never done
Forgive
ketamine,
me.
I've never done any of that shit.
How do you deal with your stress, Craig? Do you walk, exercise? How do you calm down?
Just by looking at my other half every single morning when I wake
Okay,
up.
well, I'm glad you've got something that soothes you.
And also the
That's
fact
very
that when I'm
important.
stressed out, I just talk to Jack, and his sexy, soothing voice calms me down.
Oh,
Can I quickly say something, please?
Go ahead, Andy.
I just wanted to
that's
say
okay.
that I'm gonna go for a bike ride. It was nice talking to you guys. Have a good night.
Thanks for joining, Andy.
Take care, Andrew.
Thank you, Andy. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you. Guys, we
take
have
care.
Austin. Austin's back. Austin, welcome to the Finding Gnosis Show. Good to have you.
Howdy.
Thank you for the welcome.
Can I just say something?
Howdy, everyone.
Sorry. Can I just say
Hi, Jack.
something? Sadly, the sins of fathers fall on the children and on their children and on their children and their children. It just plucks, it just goes down the generations. I don't know what the solution is.
Until
but I've never
somebody
had any
like Craig
children.
stands forward and remains calm, thinks with his wits, and doesn't do things in a rash manner.
I get
Explains to his children what has happened when they're old enough, and safeguards them and ensures it doesn't happen to them. Makes them streetwise. Makes them in a position where they understand that there are bad people out there, and says to them, "Look, this can happen to you, but make sure if you ever worry about this, if there are bad people, well, make sure you're talking to me. Communicate with your kids." Craig, it sounds like you're doing that, so you're doing something right.
Yeah. And also, I mean, even if he decides to go see his grandmother, like you've prepared him. So, because I mean, you got to face
You won't be
facts.
doing it alone.
Even if she doesn't get her claws into him, somebody else might. So you just got to make sure that he's well prepared.
Well, he won't be going to visit her alone, and I'll be keeping an eye on him the whole time.
I would go with him. I would be
If I don't like what I
at
see,
a hotel
I'm
down the street.
ass out there.
Yeah, no, I don't. I don't freaking envy you, not one bit. With
I
that.
just feel sorry for my dad because my dad has to live with her.
Oh my gosh.
That's his choice.
It sounds like you need a rescue van to go take your dad out of there, and you're going to need your son to get it accomplished.
No. Again, you're
Hey,
traumatizing yourself over a fully grown man's decision. It's his decision.
Yeah, I just
That's
said
his
I
life
just feel
journey.
sorry for my dad. That's all I said.
Okay.
It's my dad's choice if he wants to stay there or not.
Yeah, it's
I've
his
already
choice.
offered my dad a place to come and live and come and stay, so he wouldn't have to go back to that fucking flat.
Maybe he'll go deaf.
Do you know what I mean? I've offered a place. I don't have much. It's a 1-bedroom flat. I've got a very comfortable recliner sofa he can sleep on. Yeah. But that's all I can
He
offer.
may be calling you for that soon if she goes
But-
into dementia.
Good night to Kenny Given. Sleep well, sweet dreams.
Damn, we don't get a song tonight. I'm offended. I'm just joking.
And Beck, I'm just very, when I try and cheer up or when I try and have some fun, I sometimes act gay, but I'm not gay and I'm not bisexual.
I'm gay, but only because the sun is shining.
I like that one.
Thank you. Because I'm not, I mean, I like girls, but I prefer men to be involved.
So you prefer the sausage, not the taco?
No, I like a menage a trois. I like there to be multiple hands because sometimes you need somebody to hold something. Can you hold this for me real quick? Can you hold this for me? Thanks.
Yeah, can do.
All right, appreciate it. Oh, Jack, I forgot to mention, I was up at Observer Ranch. They might need a housekeeper, so keep your fingers crossed for me.
It's a cool place. There's cool people
I
there.
know. I know. I remember, like, I offered to bring you a tuna sandwich. It's
So I'll tell you
true.
something, Jack, actually, when it comes to work, I haven't worked for over 32 years. Do you know that? And when I look back on it all, it's been a blessing in disguise. It has been.
Thank you, Jay.
Yeah, Jack, I've got RA, so it's not my fault I don't work. But what I'm saying is, it's been a blessing in disguise.
It's 4 months worth of grime that I'm cleaning. No, I cleaned before I. Yeah, I cleaned. when I
Well, if
got
you
back.
want, sweetheart, come to the UK and you can come clean my flat.
I'm headed to Ireland, so because I have a job waiting for me there, a seasonal job from let's see, late fall to early winter. So I might get stuck there. Fingers
I'm more
crossed.
than happy for you to come and. I don't have any money to pay you, love, but you're more than welcome to take my wife.
Can I steal some of your food if I cook it?
That is a joke,
Because
by
I'm
the
a
way.
decent cook too.
Yeah, no, I do all the cooking here.
Oh
Welcome
dang!
back, Matt.
If I can't share the kitchen, I'm sorry. If you can't share the kitchen, then I'm not coming. Because I got to get my coffee in the morning, and I make espresso, Italian espresso.
Yeah, we don't have them machines. We just have straightforward coffee, instant.
No, I have a Bialetti. I have 3 Bialettis actually. One stainless steel, but that's at my mom's house. This one, and then I got a smaller one.
Yeah, I can't stand those.
Right, guys.
Your internet's fucked, dude. Your internet's fucked.
Austin's here, guys. Give Austin a chance, will you? Austin, go ahead. Austin.
I'm just saying, his internet's fucked. It literally, as soon as he started speaking, it was like robotic and cutting out. So he might have.
He's on Colorado, so he has an excuse. I'm working on cellular data, and I don't even have any bars. And
I'm
surprised
using
you can hear me.
hardline cable. Mine's hardline cable.
Oh well, fancy. Ooh. He's
Well, I
got
am a
he's got
techie,
the fiber. Can you run fiber though?
I ran fiber before, but I don't have fiber completely in my flat. I wish I did, but I don't.
I wish I could run fiber tech support, but that shit is hard gray.
Sweetheart, I can
Anyway.
literally make up a Ethernet cable virtually blindfolded. Yeah?
Can you?
But I would love to get my hands on and physically make a fiber optic cable.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say
I used to
baby.
run the fuckers back in fucking warehouses and shit like that. I used to set up server farms. But I literally gave all that up over 10 fucking years ago to look after my wife. I
Where in
enjoyed
the
that.
UK? Like what? North, south, east, west?
Look at London and head straight down towards Brighton. And I'm about 10 miles up the coast from it.
All right, I'm supposed to visit people in Cheshire, and I hear there's a guy on Kensington that wants to talk to me, but I don't know if I still want to talk to him. Near
I
Kensington,
live in
not
Brighton. I
on
live literally
Kensington.
10 miles up, 9-10 miles up the road from Brighton. So
Park.
towards Eastbourne.
The South Downs.
Jesus.
What section is
I
that?
remember doing that as a flaming teenager, going shooting, hunting rabbits and eating them.
Oh no!
Back in the old days, up in the South
Oh
Downs.
yes,
Used
good
to love
rabbit
eating rabbits.
stew. Oh,
yeah. God.
I'll take some duck. I would really
Not
die
duck.
for some duck, especially on France.
Oh,
Oh
You
my
guys,
god,
shut up, please. Shut
French
up.
ducks.
Just shut up. Just shut up, will you?
They're cute. They're adorable. I just could eat them all up because they're so cute. That's what I meant.
Crying out
It's
loud.
duck
What is
season.
wrong
It's
with
rabbit season.
I love a fucking duck curry. I love it.
Stop! These are vegans. You have to be careful.
Craig, come on. We've showed you some respect. Show us some as well.
He doesn't
Okay.
understand. New here.
Oh, Gramps, I've been doing a bit of research into cat veganism, okay? And this whole thing about cat veganism is an American nonsense. But I can assure you, the PDSA, the CPL, Animal Aid, all the English charities are all cats are carnivores. It's just an American bit of nonsense because it makes, you know what, Gramps? To have these idiot vegans trying to convert me from feeding my cats on fish, they should be
got
trying
that.
to convert the human carnivores, not trying to convert me.
Love, I'm a meat eater and I love me a bit of steak.
Not
Yeah, well,
everyone that's American is a carnivore. Like to stick to a carnivore diet is very difficult. I don't know if you realize that. Because you can have bread,
Well,
but it has to be
it's
made with
making
eggs,
fact
strictly with eggs.
that
We're
if
omnivores
people,
because we eat vegetables, not as
I
much as
know
the
I'm a
Japanese,
herbivore. I'm a
but we
herbivore.
do eat vegetables.
it's a
I'm a
proven
herbivore.
fact
I'm
that
not
male,
omnivore.
it's a proven fact if people go completely vegan, right, they start getting grumpy and stressing a lot faster than if they started eating meat.
Really? Richard, so why are our
I think
prisons?
I'm probably one of the calmest people on the panel.
Why are our prisons
So,
full of
I
carnivores
mean,
then?
you're quoting crap without checking your facts, brother. And that's why this title of the show is so important: fact, speculation, or question. You have
Right,
no
but
evidence.
brain smarts isn't going to help if, the economy collapses and we go into greater depression.
Cougar
It's not going to
Duma,
help
Cougar
you.
Duma, probably the most intelligent man on this stream
Yes.
now when he pops on it. He's a vegan.
Oh no.
That's why I love
Excuse me, I
him,
need to
Grump,
make some painkillers.
because I do
He
love
probably
talk.
takes creatine, which
calm.
if
No,
you
no,
stop
no.
taking
Hold on.
creatine,
Fuck up.
if he's all natural,
CW, is that why CP calls you? I was referring to calmness. I'm quite calm.
Mellow, calm.
Quite mellow. I get
docile.
grumpy about it. When I
Another
get
word for
grumpy,
calm is
I think it's about
docile.
things you should care about.
Right, peace
I
and
don't.
love. I
I don't
forgot where
cry.
we were.
Hey, can I try that fact,
Can I
speculation,
just say
and question again?
Yeah, please, Jack. Please, we do
Can I
need
just, can
to.
I just say something on the omnivore thing? Okay.
We'll let
Now,
Chickpea say something then, Jack. Go ahead,
people
Chickpea.
keep saying humans are omnivores. I'm an omnivore, Okay, well, a fox is an omnivore. Okay, a fox.
Right, but plants are alive too.
Can I finish,
Okay.
please, Atalax? Can I finish?
Yeah,
please?
sure.
A fox is an omnivore. Now, a man cannot get hold of a fox, kill it, hold of a hen, kill it, and eat it in 2 minutes flat, like a fox can. Which suggests
They could
to me
try.
that, in fact, he's not a true omnivore at all.
People do eat raw meat.
Have you seen what foxes can do to a hen in a couple of minutes? It's gone.
Oh yeah. They do the same thing to fish, and so do bears. And they poop in the woods. And are you going to go ask the bear if he poops in the woods? I don't think you would.
I don't care. I don't care if bears poop in the woods. They can poop wherever they like.
And they're going to eat your cat if you leave the cat outside.
Yeah, but I
Okay.
won't. I won't. Yes, but I live in
And
London.
then you're going to cry. And then I'm going to be upset. And because, God forbid you leave your cat outside.
Yeah, but I won't be leaving my cat out if there were bears there.
What if he gets lost? What if a little girl picks him up and takes him home?
Please, Balak, put your
All my
filter on. Put your
adult life,
filter on for a
I've
moment.
never had a cat get lost. Nothing's ever happened
Thank
to
you.
my cats.
Thank you,
They
Chickpea.
always just come straight home.
Battleaxe, just because you can doesn't mean you should when there are other alternatives. That's all I'm going to say, and I don't want to talk about this anymore. Jack, go ahead.
And I tell you, Battleaxe, I would feed humans to my
Jack
cats.
is not your name.
I would.
Jack is not your name. There is only one Jack here, as far as I'm aware, unless you like to dress up as Jack Talcott in your spare time. Or I don't know what you do in your private time. Jack is here at the moment. Jack Talcott, go ahead.
Oh my goodness. Well, it's the same loop, but in line with this topic. I present the fact that our world is heading towards self-destruction. I present the fact that corruption is the issue. I speculate that what's causing the wars and the economic inequality, I speculate that it's the result of secrets and lies built into the systems. So the question is, if that fact is true, that it's corruption behind everything, and if we can agree that it can change, what do we do?
We fucking tell it as it is. Yeah, we call that shit out for what it is.
Hey guys, I'm going to a Narcotics Anonymous meeting. I will see you guys later.
Good luck,
Okay,
Austin.
Austin. Hope it goes well
Good
for
luck,
you,
you
dude.
guys. Thanks for letting me up.
Take care.
DNW. Thanks for letting me up. I love all you guys. So peace.
Much love,
You take
Austin.
care.
Please stay safe, brother.
That addiction is a son of a gun.
It's a powerful thing.
It is. But most of the addictions and the trauma we carry, it's a result of thinking the same old things. And actually, trauma typically leads to addiction as well. Trying to escape what's been a part of us. Oh, but Craig, something you brought up and D&W pointed out, right? These patterns are passed down. But I really do believe that we can be this generation that interrupts the patterns, right? And Craig, it sounds like you're already doing that, creating a little buffer there to keep your children safe. So life can be tough, but if we can be the generation that brings the healing, the next generation's going to have a lot better chance.
Yeah. Big up to Jack. Fuck me. Big up to that sexy old man.
Hey, I'm just a reflection of you. I'm pretty sure I might be AI. I'm not really sure though. So
So you're a handsome fella, but you're probably like, what, 20 years older than me? I'm joking, Jack. I'm having a bit of fun. You know I'm playing.
I think I'm only 12 years older than you. I'm 52.
52.
No,
52.
I'm 53 this year. I forgot.
So you're 13 years older than me. So you were born in the 70s, late 60s.
73. God, that's a long time ago, man.
That was a million years ago, wasn't it?
I can tell you that was many lifetimes ago.
Yeah. To be honest, I felt a lot more safer growing up in the 90s than I do now, being around now. I felt a lot more safer back in the 90s. Late 80s, early 90s, mid 90s, early 2000s. But now it's just not even safe to walk the fucking streets.
It's interesting. I felt more safe back then too, but I was also more naive. I had no clue about the bigger world. And now I know a lot of the evil, but I still feel pretty good.
Well, growing up in my teens, I used to go fucking absolutely nuts when I was a teenager. I used to walk up. Literally, there's a street called Boundary Road in Port Slade, and I used to do some dangerous shit, like climbing on fucking shop roofs and stuff like that. And I used to leap across from Tesco's car park onto fucking roofs and shit like that. Near enough risking my own life and near enough slipping off and breaking my own legs. But I still fucking did it just for the fun of it. Because at that age, you are not scared of doing shit. Are you? I used to climb trees. Now I'm terrified to climb trees or go up in a fucking massive building and sit on the roof and look down. I'm terrified. Do you know what I mean?
Every experience or every way of being has an age.
Well, my son currently goes around exploring abandoned buildings, and I would love to start doing that again. I used to do that at his age, yeah. But I miss doing it, going exploring abandoned buildings. I really do. I'd love to do that with my son. Do a father and son thing, or go and go fishing with him, go camping with him.
Well, you can do
but
that.
Nowadays, it's really unsafe to do that. Go camping in this country.
There are campsites that you can go to that are literally only £10 a night. I mean, there's loads of them around the place.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I keep forgetting you're from Britain, aren't you?
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd like to go up to Beachy Head and camp up there one night, for a few nights with my son.
You're not meant to camp there, but you'll probably get away with it.
I've been there. It's gorgeous. Beachy Head. Gorgeous.
It is nice. It's
Pete, you from the UK as well?
No, yeah, well, I live in London, but I'm Dutch.
I'll be right back, guys. Don't start World War III.
Yeah, I live in London.
I'm pretty sure that Jack Telcott will end up starting World War III in a minute.
The Beachy Head is so tranquil. It's beautiful. It is.
Beachy Head. There's a little pub just down the road from it. Yeah, it's a little hotel. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you know the one I'm on about?
No, I don't, but yes, I know there's
Near the Seven. It's
houses.
literally. It's probably a few miles off from the Seven Sisters.
Yeah, I haven't been there for years, but I do remember some beautiful
I
buildings.
haven't been there since I was a teenager. Sweetheart, I've not been there since I was a teenager, to be honest with you.
All right.
There's a little pub down there. Little story about that pub that's down there, right?
All right.
Because of the cliffs down near Beachy Head and stuff like that, the cliffs started falling apart, and they literally had to physically move the entire hotel and pub brick by brick backwards inland. Yeah, because otherwise they would have lost the entire building, well, half of the building. That's
Jack,
fucking
tell us
awesome.
a story.
Pardon?
I'm sure that reminded Jack of something that happened to him, so I was just curious if he had one like that. Or maybe Chickpea.
Jack, tell me, Jack, now your opinion, what's your take on vegan cats? Now, what's your take on that? I've never asked you on this subject, have I?
I wouldn't do it.
Yes, change their whole genetical makeup.
I tell you, Jack, I've had so many, I'm a radical vegan, you know? But I've had so many horrible rows about this because I'm not turning cats into vegans. I think that's really unethical.
Insane.
And the terrible rows I've had over it. Shocking rows.
Cat stomachs can't handle human food properly.
No, I wouldn't have thought so, no.
Wasn't there a group called the Rabble Rousers?
Never heard of them.
No, I'm not talking about like a band. I'm talking about like bad folks, like that were doing good things, like, you know, Robin the Hood. No, I'm just joking. I don't know.
I know about
what
Robin
I'm talking
Hood,
about.
yeah, but no, what you're on about, I have no clue.
No, back in England, I thought they used to refer to people as rabble rousers. Like they would, you know,
yeah.
they would talk up and like start. Yeah, exactly.
Rebels.
Yes.
Far right. They're called far right
no,
over
wait.
here now.
I'm just an outlaw now. I'm not a rebel.
But yeah, personally, I miss doing all this shit when I was a kid. The shit I used to get up to. Some of it, yes, was illegal, but I never caused any harm to anyone or to myself. Do you know what I mean? I used to break into an abandoned warehouses just for the fun of it.
That you know of, because I'm sure somebody saw you doing that and they probably tried to do something just as crazy and probably hurt themselves.
Oh, I've nicked cars when I was fucking younger from a fucking a Ford from a breaker's yard. Yeah,
try doing that on some of them new Teslas though. Good luck. Power down. Wait, what just happened?
No, there was a place down in Port Slade, called Ford Breakers, and they used to get like Rovers and stuff like that, and they used to banger race them, and they used to leave the keys in the ignition and do all types of shit. Dirty woman.
No, I was just getting excited because I used to go to Atco when I was a kid. That's Jersey racetrack, and they just shut down the one here on Colorado, and I never got a chance to,
that's a shame.
you know, see them.
Yeah, no, but this crap that they did over here, they used to do with these cars, they used to use them for banger race and stuff like that. And I somehow, without the keys, the steering lock was broken but the black box was out. So I just stuck a fucking screwdriver in it and turned it on because it was all open. The whole car was open. So it's their own fault for leaving it all open and leaving it so that
Oh,
people can
come on.
their own fault.
If you stole my car, like, and drove it to New York, like what happened to me when I was 17, I would hunt you down. I would definitely hunt you down.
They had like 4 or 5 other cars that they left open. They left they literally half these cars that they leave the keys in and literally just leave them standing outside, and nothing.
So they were asking for it? Are you kidding me?
I was a kid. I was a stupid teenager doing this shit. I was like
Obviously,
13, 14 years old.
The key word is stupid.
Yeah,
not a kid. You were stupid.
Didn't we all do stupid shit when we were kids?
Yes, absolutely. So
you
many choices. So many that I regret. No, not really. It's the ones after 25 that I regret. My half point. Because they tell us that 50 is a half point, but that's a lie because you're at your top peak, like, physical
When I was
condition at
like
25
7 or 8
mostly.
years old, there was an old pub that burnt down many, many years ago. Okay, now they've converted it into houses. That area, it's like by Gatwick, not Gatwick, Fishergate Station in Port, just up the other side of Port Slade. Okay, and my auntie used to just live up around the corner from me and bang opposite this old pub. And me and my family used to go in there when we were kids and they were teenagers, and we used to go exploring this pub, even though it was burnt down. And we used to come out with so much shit. It was like fucking, they had plastic plates and bowls and shit like that. And we took all that home. And we used to use it at home. Saves on washing up, so we just throw this shit straight in the bin. But we even, for some reason, we actually found beer barrels and alcohol in the basement still. In the pub. Even though it was burnt down. You would have thought they would have cleared that out first of all. So that they could put it in another pub because it was still full of alcohol. But I hope.
Yeah, I watched a lot of dumb stuff go down in bars because normally I was the one breaking it up. Because I was a bartender for so many years at a go-go bar that wasn't blacklisted because it was close to the base, and yeah, it was run by somebody who used to. Did you? Above it?
Yeah.
I worked at a bar.
The bar. We virtually had a fight virtually every single night. We actually had a bunch of bikers turn up, right, and had a fight with
Here
the
we
locals.
go.
And actually had a fight with the locals, right? Instead of the word, what was it? Grape word. I call it raked.
Raked.
Yeah, in other words, one of the metal long bars with the flaming bar, 2 bars that came out at the end of it with spikes on the end of it so you can rake up leaves. Okay? And literally, one of the bikers got hold of this rake and actually straight down someone's face. And literally, it was absolutely horrible. We had multiple police vans, riot vans turn up, police cars turn up. We were literally, our pub was had such a bad name from these people. It was nuts. Because there were so many bar fights in our pub. Every single night. It was fucking crazy.
Yeah, the bartender that trained me to be a bartender at that go-go bar, she opened her own bar. Neither one of those bars are currently open anymore, and one of them got leveled. But
our one got ran into the ground multiple times because of my mum's ex-partner. That was the same place that my mum's ex-partner physically put my mum into hospital, and that was when she left him and made me homeless. But yeah, I called it the pubes because it was literally it was called the pub. Literally the pub with an extra P.
Oh,
I called it the pubes. So whenever
the pubes?
Whenever one used
Like,
to let me
oh,
phone
holy
up
night.
the bar, people used to phone up the pub and I'd answer the phone in the bar. I was like, the pubes, Craig speaking, how may I help? Literally to people who were phoning up. Because I hated living there. I would rather go and live back where I originally was, which was in Port Slade. That was my home. I was brought up there. And I
What's
had
the
fun
one?
there, and I had family there.
We do one here on the US. It's like Jim's Trim Shop. Crap, I can't remember how it goes. Dang it. I spent too much time in bars to forget stuff like this. Yeah, I heard all the best dad jokes.
What I've learned from pubs is if someone starts shit talking, yeah, just fucking ignore them. That's what I've learned.
Just ignore them. Yeah, I mean, you got to. For the most part, you don't go like around to their neck of the woods if you know what side of town they live on. But I mean, you guys frequent the same watering holes, so it's the same thing as horses. Like they're gonna get, the stallions are gonna get into it because they're not gelded.
Well, we had one customer come. We had one customer, random customer, never seen him before, came in and asked for bitter, which is an alcoholic drink. And I turned around and said, "What bitter would you like?" And we had like fucking 6 or 8 of them on tap. And I was like, "What one would you like?" He's like, "I would like a bitter, please." I was like, "Which one would you like, sir?" And he's like, "Give me a fucking bitter." I was like, and then all of the fucking customers, because the customers respected me and cared about me, they all stood up. And this guy started to try and swing for me, and they fucking laid him straight out.
Gosh.
This shit was so... I could not make this shit up. Literally.
That's right. Alcoholics will stand up for one another. Yeah, just like, Christians will stand up for one another, and Muslims will stand up for one another, and
which is a sick thing.
everything's blown out of proportion when it comes to like the police showing up. So you never call the police, and you handle that shit, in house.
Well, here's one for you.
Because especially if there's bikers, you don't know if that's their church.
I actually gave every single biker that came to my pub a free drink because they would not tell me which one kicked the shit out of the customer that tried it on with their girlfriend.
So I worked at that go-go bar from the time I was 18 to the time I was 30, and I didn't get my first lap dance from one of the girls until my Bon Voyage party. Like it was my birthday party / Bon Voyage party, and it was the best lap dance I've ever had.
This customer who tried it on with the fucking biker's girlfriend, right? Bad thing to do. Yeah, you're gonna end up either dead or fucking whatever. But this fucking guy, he's a regular in the pub. He beats the shit out of his fucking wife. He's an absolute piece of shit, and he's Irish, right? When the bikers turned up, he decided to leave the pub, go home, half pissed, driving his fucking Jaguar.
Oh no!
Go and get changed, dress up like a biker, then turn back up at the pub in his Jaguar, and then come in, try it on with one of the bikers' girlfriends, drinking more alcohol, pissed out of his head. The bikers have taken him out the back, beat the living shit out of him, right? Then he decided to leave, covered in head to toe in blood, and as he's leaving the parking area, the police have pulled up right in front of him. He was literally inches, because I saw it on the CCTV. He was inches from hitting the police car, and he got nicked for drink driving.
Was he a judge? No, I'm just joking. Was he a lawyer? He was probably a lawyer.
No, he wasn't a lawyer. He's an idiot.
Was it during the day or at night?
Daytime.
Yeah, daytime drunk drivers are usually either a judge, a lawyer, or a cop.
No, this guy was.
Oh my gosh, my boyfriend's here. Hi, Jax, come here. Oh, big boy. Weren't we talking about spices? What is your favorite spice? Everybody say hi to Jackson. No, it's just Jax actually. Hi, Jax. He's
But Jack's already here. He's on the panel.
Water?
So is Jack on the panel here, your boyfriend then?
No, it's JAXX. He lives next door.
I'm playing with you, Jack.
He could have been my boyfriend, but he didn't want to meet me when he was in town. No, I don't do the whole daddy thing. I'm just joking. I'm already spoken for. My husband's on Ireland. He's waiting for me in Kinnegad. or at least my better half, I'll say.
But yeah, I would rather go, literally. I would have rather
Spices. What is your favorite spice?
Pepper.
What kind of pepper? Black pepper, white pepper, red pepper?
Black pepper.
Kanye?
Black pepper, freshly grounded.
Jack, your turn.
Probably cayenne pepper.
Yes, I love the
Guys,
Kanye.
We are. It's a nice conversation in a way, but what are we learning?
Well, somebody proposed that question earlier, so I just wanted to make it around because we haven't gotten around the whole friggin' thing, and I was trying to break up the bar talk. So. Take over, DNW. This is the second time I've asked.
We found out that Jack Telcott is her secret boyfriend.
No, that was the Saint Bernard that just walked into my camper. You nerd.
That witch says she remembers the lap dance story.
Jack, you know I love you, brother. You know that.
D Prophet says he wants to get impregnated by Kenny.
That's a possibility.
Is that because
I wasn't expecting that one. I wasn't expecting that.
Is that because he's Scottish?
Or just because he's bold. Or he's a good singer.
Idea.
He wants to have Elvis's baby. That's what it is.
I have no idea. I have no idea why.
I would love to have another child. I would love to have another child. I literally would love to have another child. But my wife,
and what's keeping
she
you
doesn't
from
want one. And two, she can't physically have one because it would literally wipe her out.
That's life.
In a bad way.
Yeah.
You could get a surrogate.
And I can't risk that.
Or a second wife.
You could adopt. You do know you could adopt, right?
I won't adopt. Right. I don't trust the social services system in the UK at all.
No.
Because
they steal people's kids. Not.
Pardon? It's not that. I actually don't trust the system in this country.
I know. People that go into foster care, you know, the ones that do end up getting adopted if they continue being in foster care because their parents won't get their shit together, you know, because they're addicts or whatever. Those kids end up running away from the foster homes because they're not familiar with those foster homes. And then somebody scoops them up and then they end up on the black market.
Personally, from what I've heard and seen, not quite true in the UK.
It's grooming. People groom the kids, okay? And some of them are, you know, some of it happens early on, and then they just listen because they're scared.
I'm talking about a certain religion, yeah, that are in this country currently grooming kids.
I know.
So, even D&W can tell you.
I'm already being watched, like, and tracked and traced by my government, so I'm not trying to, like, you know.
Oh, sweetheart, I'm still waiting. I'm actually, yeah, my government's probably
deep.
watching me, whatever they're doing. I'm still waiting for them to knock on my door. I'm still posting shit on social media to fucking half the shit that's going on in this country. I don't give a fuck. Do you know what I mean? And this goes back to what Jack's message is about, yeah? Sorting out this fucking corruption to stop this sort of shit happening. And that's what I've been trying to do because I've been contacted. I've not got a reply back from either of them. Yeah. Jack gave me a message, which I asked him to do on Saturday. Yeah. DM me on Discord. Tell me what you want to say, and I'll put that forward to the MPs, the couple of MPs I've contacted. And I've not had a reply back from either of them. I even put Jack's channel on the link to it as well, so they can go and chat to him and watch him for a while and see what he's about, and if they like what he hears, or if they like what he has to say. That's
So
what I
you're
was trying to
bringing
say.
heat to Jack's door because you won't stand up and do it for yourself.
No, it's not that. He wants to bring peace and order to this world.
Right.
Yeah.
But
And love.
but the people that do this stuff, they back one another. Okay, so that's why you're not getting any responses from the people that run shit around here.
Hey,
But Jack's like,
thank you guys. Good night
all right,
to
Jack.
Thank you,
take care.
Jack. Thank
Look
you, Jack.
after
I think
yourself,
we
dude.
will call it a wrap, Jack. Jack, thank you for being here. He's gone now.
Do you want to
Appreciate
put if there's new people in your chat? Do you want to put his link to his channel in the chat?
you can post it in the live chat if you want.
I can't. I'm not a mod, so
I'm just on my headset sitting across the room. So everybody here knows who Jack Talcott is. He's always here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but I'm talking about for newcomers.
There
to
you
your
go. There
chat.
he is. There he is. Jack, share your channel, mate, because I've got my headset on. So if you want to share it,
Yeah, he can do his own promos.
all right. So
Thanks for having me, DNW.
Well, okay. Thank you for having me. Sorry
I'll
for
go to my
having
desk and
spat
I'll
earlier.
share it. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll hold it down.
Yeah, I thought he was going. I thought it was ending the live, so I was going to say I literally was trying to apologize for my spat earlier on.
Hey, we're all kind of guilty, so we all kind of took over his show and didn't stick to the script.
As I said, I'm quite thick, so big up to Jack. Love and peace be with him, and please stay safe, Jack. Much love, brother.
Stay secure and protected, Jack.
Okay, is
screw being
Zoe there?
safe.
Oh, Zoe's gone. All right. Fair enough. Well, it kind of went here, there, and everywhere in the end. I will
My
say, guys, next
apologies.
time, if we are on a topic, try and keep it. But this time, I think it was allowed because I'll be honest with you, it was a very serious subject matter. I hope you got something out of it, Craig, and I wish you all the best.
Thank you. And
Okay.
yeah, as I
Yeah.
said earlier, I was trying to say sorry before you fucking left. So sorry for my spat earlier on. All right.
You'd have to be
Check
sorry.
out. Hit me up on my email, and you can find that.
Well, we have
on
a
my
Finding
channel.
Gnosis Discord, guys. If you want anybody watching, there is a Finding Gnosis Discord. You can get it
Right.
by being a member. So
Yeah,
I
there-
can't afford to be a member, so that's why I have my PayPal. So people
Oh,
like
okay.
me, and I
Another
give a
thing
shit.
about the Discord. Sorry, go ahead, Craig. There's a
I said
little
if
bit of a
people
lag.
like me, yeah, I can't afford fucking to sub to people.
Sorry
When
to
I
hear
do, is when I've got a spare bit of change. But as I said, if people like me and like what I do, they're more than welcome to donate to me. That's why my PayPal's still on the screen. But you don't have to if you don't want to. I'm not asking you to.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Discord seems okay. Like I was checking it out, but like unless you're a creator, like you don't get any of those premium benefits, and like you can't even send files, like full sized files or anything like that. It's kind of
Just
frustrating.
chatting and text and links and all that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, and
Okay. Well, listen, guys, we'll call it a wrap. Thank you guys for participating. Did you want to give your closing remarks, Battle Axe?
well, it's already been said before, and probably not by me. But thank you, DNW, for allowing me to be a participant again. Thank you.
You take care of yourself. All right, darling. All right, guys. That's a wrap. We will come back again tomorrow. We're talking to Monty Montgomery, a reggae star, and he's going to be telling us about his journey, his reggae journey. So do come along for that. On Thursday, we're talking to the co-founder of PETA, People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals. And that one I am particularly looking forward to. We're talking to Ingrid. Now, she is a very nice lady, Ingrid Newkirk. So she's a very nice lady. She's of a certain age. So I would ask you all to practice some decorum. And yeah, be kind. Listen to what she has to say. Should be interesting. But yeah, come tomorrow for Monty Montgomery. Look him up on YouTube. He's a reggae artist. So that's going to be fun as well. I do like a bit of reggae. Okay, I'll talk to you next time, guys. Take care of yourselves and others.